Yo, what's up? My name's Petrowski. Welcome back to another episode of the Iron Man progress on PokeMMO. In the last episode, we unlocked one of the most important parts of Endgame. I truly feel like an Endgame player right now on an account that cannot trade or use the GTL, which is what this experience is all about. Even though I have to catch every single breeder, do all of my gym runs manually, do all my trainery runs, do all my EV training, XP training, I can't pay for any sort of services. I can't just go quickly buy something off the GTL if I make a mistake. If I make a mistake, it costs me tens of hours usually on average. And even though all of that is the case, now I was still able to complete my Pokedex and unlock Mount Silver, which now unlocks one of the best XP training spots in the entire game, which is right here, that I will have to make a special attack in Rampardos for before I can even use properly. It also unlocks an alpha Tyranitar spawn that's actually over in the caves right now that I can just go ahead and go grab whenever I feel like it, but I want to make sure I'm really prepared. The alpha Tyranitar looked something like this and is 3x31, and every single account gets one catch at this. And this might be the perfect time for this because I actually really need a good Tyranitar for the Pumpkin hard mode strat coming up on October 31st. I had a list of so many things that I wanted to get done before the PokeMMO event season, and now as I'm completing things, that list just keeps growing and growing and growing, and I'm realizing how many things I truly have to do before that dreaded, but also hopeful and beloved October 31st. Also, it's really nice to take a break before event season in PokeMMO, which is something I recommend to all types of players. So ideally, we finish all of our event prep probably around like October 20th, maybe October 25th at the latest, and then we'll have some editing and exporting and other desk work to do. But in game, we should be able to finish everything hopefully a bit early so we can take a break and feel rejuvenated for the event grinding. Now, there's tons of other stuff that I unlocked that I didn't even mention yet, like the best Larvitar shiny hunting spot, way more EV training spots, the Red Reef fight, which gives us a permanent incubator that will increase our hatching speeds a little bit. But we got to just take things one step at a time. We got to slow down because I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm getting overwhelmed. Can't imagine how that must feel as a viewer. I'm sure you guys feel the exact same way. So let's go ahead and jump into what goals are we going to focus on in this episode in particular. I could just show you guys my goals list. There's a few problems with that. Number one, it's gotten extremely convoluted. And number two, it's just gotten extremely convoluted. There is no number two. So instead of just scrolling through a giant convoluted list that you guys have seen time and time again, I like to nowadays just sort of condense things as we get later and later into the series. I think this makes things a lot cleaner. So here is today's episode goals. This is episode 18's goals specifically. We need to breed some more. First things first, our boxes are ridiculously full. We have 7 boxes full of breeders, and that is not sustainable. They need to be bred up into higher IV Pokemon and cleaned up. I cannot dedicate this much box space to breeders. Next up, we need to, of course, do some gym reruns to sustain our breeding. Breeding gets really expensive on the Iron Man. I can breed for an hour and just blow through about 300,000 Pokeyen that easily. I also might need to farm some Everstones to do the same thing, because I only have about 10 right now in my bag. I didn't even add that over to the list, but we can just theoretically keep that in our brain. We'll realize when we're running low or out of Everstones. And then one of the most important things on here, I need a special attack in Rampardos. This might require me to go do some fossil farming, so we might see that in this episode, but any way I can get a decent Rampardos or Cranidos for special attacking, I'm gonna need. If you guys don't know, I can show you actually really quick why that's so important. I could also use a Haxorus for this spot actually, but I kind of just prefer Rampardos. It's actually my second favorite Pokemon if you don't know, and I was overjoyed when Johto was added in PokeMMO and everybody realized, oh shit, Rampardos is now a meta Pokemon in PokeMMO for XP training, which is really crazy. The reason why you need a Rampardos very specifically is you need a mold breaker Pokemon that also can surf down these Pokemon. So essentially, you need something with mold breaker to push through Donphan's Sturdy. This spot has Donphan and Dodrio. You need something that can hit hard enough to kill both of these Pokemon, push through Donphan's Sturdy, but also be able to kill Dodrio in the air. So you can't just Earthquake these Donphans, for example. You want to be able to just spam click one move. You technically could like just sit here and like dual click. Like I probably could use not my Pikachu. The problem is the Sturdy. You need a mold breaker mon very specifically. You could click like 2 different moves, but it's much easier to just build one Pokemon. And when you're XP training for hours and hours and hours, it's so important and so much nicer to be able to only have to click one move and just spam through it. There's only 2 Pokemon in PokeMMO that can actually XP train at this spot, and it is a mold breaker Haxorus or a mold breaker Rampardos. It feels really weird to go special attacking on a Rampardos when this thing has 65 base attack, but that's the strategy used here, and I absolutely adore that. I love when you have to use very non-traditional Pokemon strategies in PokeMMO because it's the best way. It's so funny to solve these puzzles. And then next up, of course, I do want to do some legendary hunting. It is kind of lower on my priority list, but I can also farm Dittos while doing that, or test farm some lucky eggs over in Johto. I heard some other Iron Men talking about that and thinking that it might actually be worth our time to do that. And if I'm going to be XP training a ton, if it is efficient and worthwhile to get some lucky eggs, I don't think it's, I am kind of skeptical of it. I feel like the amount of lucky eggs you get per hour, I'm really skeptical it's going to be worth to farm them. But if we can do that while passively legendary hunting, that changes things quite a bit. I will say, if we're farming for the lucky eggs while legendary hunting, we can't also farm Dittos at the same time. So it is some give and some take there. Also, this person's name is Fraud Gal, and they have an amazing character. That's very important as well to mention. Next up, we also get to reap the rewards of all of our Pokedex completion. We get to go catch our Alpha Tyranitar in this episode. We get to go get all of our ability patches. We haven't even done that yet. And we get to work towards all the stuff I mentioned previously, like the new XP training spots, EV training spots, as well as the Red Refight. But I love the ability patches because they're one of the most limited resources on the Iron Man account. You literally only get 5 on your entire account ever. You can never get more ability patches, at least at the current time of recording, based on PokeMMO's mechanics. So let's go ahead, walk around, and collect all of those because we have been working towards these. We pre-planned these. From the start of our account, we had to figure out what starter Pokemon we wanted to pick based on our ability patches. We quite literally made a decision in hour 1 of our Iron Man account for a payoff that would happen at hour 748. That's the kind of planning you have to do on this kind of account. That was our Kanto patch, and here is our Hoenn patch. There's our second fire patch. We already got one and used it on our Charizard. Here they are sitting in our bag. We do not get many of these. Once again, we need to cherish them. I have 2 more to go pick up, I believe. And then here is our Sinnoh patch. For some reason, this girl's facing all the books. We get a grass patch. I think that should be one of each patch in our inventory right now. I do plan to use one of my grass patches for a superior at one point that I will get a 5x31 of. But next up, I should get a second grass patch, I believe, over in Unova. And here's our final ability patch that we will ever get on the account. Here it is. A second grass patch. We have these ability patches and these ability patches only. We will never get more ever again unless they change something drastically about the mechanic. But for now, this is one of our most valuable limited resources. These give, if you don't know, they give starter Pokemon their hidden ability access. The only one you can't do is fire on Blaziken because that would give it speed boost, which would be absolutely busted. But everything else, you have Contrary Superior with his Leaf Storm ability, which is super powerful. You have Chlorophyll Venusaur, which is crucial for Sun teams. You have Sheer Force for Alligator on the Totodile. And then things like that Solar Power Charizard, which is super important as well. Infernape also gets Iron Fist, which is pretty important for him, so it's easy to forget things like that. I believe that's his most played. If I'm not mistaken, I can go double check. I believe that's his most used. Yeah, pretty split though, to be fair, but that is his most used ability in PvP. All right, there are 2 things that I could do from this point. Number 1 is just go ahead and start breeding. Number 2 is going to get my Frisk Thief Pokemon, heading over to Sinnoh, and start looking for Skull Fossils so I can at least get one Pokemon, one Cranidos, to breed into a special attacker. I do have one Cranidos or Rampardos that I needed for my Pokedex, but it actually has 20 plus in attack, defense, and HP, so I'd really like to keep this as a physical attacker one and breed this up into a physical attacker Rampardos, which has been good in raids and certain PVM in the past. So I want to keep this one as a physical one, obviously, and go for a different one as a special attacker. That's my thought process right now. I think it's more valuable to keep this one. And you know what? Since breeding gets so exhausting and mentally draining, I feel like the best way to do this is to go ahead and do a little bit of breeding now, then go for the fossil farming, and then come back to breeding. Taking those breaks and switching up the content like that in PokeMMO or any MMO is very crucial. So I'm going to set up a few simple breeds over here in my release box and do a little bit of a mini breeding extravaganza, which is where I try to basically set up a bunch of breeds and then walk through them all and do them all at once. It saves you guys some time instead of having to see me go through every single breed one by one. And then it's also kind of interesting to see everything rapid fired through. And I don't know if I did this yet, so my apologies, but I'm starting this episode with about 1.5 million Pokemon. I already spent some of it, 27,000 BP, and 748 hours played. That's very important. I always want to show you guys my hours played at the start of and at the end of each episode. We're also pushing 27,000 encounters up on the official encounter counter, so we hopefully should be working our way towards a shiny soon, but I've been really lucky in the account so far, so it wouldn't surprise me if we go a bit dry. I do have 9,000 encounters or so that were on my encounter counter prior to the official one being added. So we're actually around 37,000 encounters-ish dry, quote-unquote dry. We're not really that dry yet. I'm honestly hoping we go like 50, 60k dry because I've been too lucky so far. I deserve a dry streak. RNG will even out one way or another. I'd rather just, go ahead and tank that bad RNG now on a shunt. All right, I'm just trying to set up a few breeds here. So I think I have about 5 breeds set up, and I have a complicated one where it kind of depends how it comes out and how I want to handle it. And I wanted to show you guys basically the progress so far. So far, I do have these 2 breeds and then these 2 breeds. We'll talk through those 4 in a quick sec. These are really just breeders for breeders, nothing super special here. But I am trying to breed up this Shroomish. Getting a Technician Raid Breloom is one of my big goals on my goal sheet right now. So I'm trying to get a good hidden ability Breloom bred up, and it's kind of awkward. This thing's 3 times 31, but it's not 20 plus in the other stats. It's missing nature. It has a lot, like it has 3 times 31, but it still needs a lot, and that's why I'm in this sticky situation. But I do have this breed right here using 2 alphas in my boxes, right, or 3 alphas in total. After a while, I'm gonna have to hopefully I would love to high roll this, but it's like a 12% chance. Yeah, this is probably gonna go at 19, which is fine. I'm trying to like high roll the defense, but if it's a little bit lower, it's mostly okay. We're gonna have 31 speed def, 31 attack, 31 HP. We're gonna make sure we pay to make this male. And if we get a nature, like that would be really cool. It'd be a little awkward to pair up, but we're gonna breed this, see how it comes out, and then basically pair it up with our Shroomish. That's the main goal right now. We're looking for adamant on Breloom. Like I think it's pretty adamant that you want adamant, not to make a terrible joke, but it's pretty firm that you want adamant. You can go jolly, but I feel like with things like Mach Punch, which is like a big benefit of Technician Breloom, with Mach Punch, with certain things like that, I'd really prefer the adamant. I think also want to be PVM focused, so if I can go adamant and have it work very well in PVM and PvP, that's, you want that plus that damage for sure. All right, but while that is hatched, we can go ahead and talk through the other breeds. So we also have, we have these 2 breeders, which this is actually one of our better breeds, like a fantastic breeder. We actually do want to pay for this to be male pretty specifically, because this is one of those mons when, if it's something is going to be 1 breed away from being done, you want to make it male, because I want to be able to take this Wurmple, breed it with another Bug Aid Group Pokemon, or is it Plant? Bud? I think it's Bug Aid Group Mon, and then like finish that breed in 1 breed. If you're looking to finish and you never really know if that's going to happen, you have to just guesstimate, right? So if I guesstimate this is 1 breed away, I want to go ahead and make that male and put it on a female species that I actually care about, right? But then the other things, if they're not 1 breed away, like this Pidgey is just 2 times 31, right? There's nothing like, it's not close to being done. I can let the gender roll on this one. It does not really matter. It can be used as a female or a male, depending on what I have in my boxes. This is probably, if something is remaining a breeder for a breeder, if that makes sense. Like this is a Chaos Aid Group 2 times 31. I don't care about the gender here. If something is still just a breeder to become a breeder to be bred up later on, I don't need to worry about it. But things like this might be a finished breeder. I'm Everstoning the timid nature. This is a perfect special attacking field aid group breeder, something like Typhlosion, right? This is perfect for like a Typhlosion. So this, I do want to go ahead and make male, and that will allow me to finish a field egg group special attacking breed in the future. So we have a bunch of, there we go, 5 eggs cooking up. I might look for like 2 more easy ones and have a full 7, but no promises. All right, I was looking through my dinos. I caught a few of these recently, and I was hoping to just get some good breeders to have something to start, because I need a really good Hydreigon for both the Pumpkin, I believe. I think that was actually, I actually don't need one. I thought I needed one for the Pumpkin, but I don't. But I do need one for Heatran way down the line, as well as a good Dino, a good Hydreigon system. Just a powerful Pokemon, dude. Hydreigon, probably one of the better Dark-type special attack Pokemon in all of Pokemon. Just a very, very powerful Pokemon. The problem is, none of the dinos and Hydreigons that I really have work in the way that I need. They're all like not great. So the problem is Hydreigon pretty much needs to be 5 times 31. If you look at this, these are all the different Hydreigon builds for Heatran. At 3 different players out of the 4 need a Hydreigon, and they all are pretty much 5 times 31. One is 2 times 31, but I do not want to be the Iron Man who only can get a 2 times 31 Pokemon for raids. I think that's baloney. I need to also be able to get 5 times 31s and also be able to help my team in raids. I refuse to be the weak link simply because I'm an Iron Man. So I have exactly 1 dino that is 1 times 31. It is modest nature, so like part of me is like screaming to keep this nature, but I think I have to breed this thing up in terms of IVs so much. I don't know if that will really happen. We're gonna have to see. I doubt I can Everstone it all the way from 1 times 31. Sorry about that Windows Defender alert. But yeah, I doubt I can get it all the way up from 1 times all the way to 5 times 31. So with the nature attached, I'm probably just gonna have to go ahead and just breed this with some Dittos and try to slowly get the stats up. And that means all of these other Dinos and Hydreigons, I just can't really warrant the space. Like, I could go for like a 20 plus, like decent-ish Hydreigon, but why would I need that instead of just the 5 times 31? Like, maybe if I need a shitty one in the meantime, I don't think I can justify it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just release. This hurts. I'm releasing like this Hydra. I leveled for so long for the Pokedex, but yeah, I'm gonna go and just release those. I need the Pokedex space. I think it's worth it. It hurts, man. It really does. But I think this is the one I need to focus on, and that will encourage me to just push for a good 5 times 31 Hydra, or very, very close to it. Like, if this HP stays 28 plus, that's fine. It doesn't really need to be like perfectly 5 times 31, but it needs to be pretty darn close. And yeah, I was looking through my breeders, and I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the HP high, unfortunately. Just going to go with a 2 times 31 Dino here. Very, very simple. Make sure I pay for it to be female so I can keep breeding up that same species a bit easier. And all 5 of our other Pokemon hatch, let's go ahead and see how they came out. More importantly, this is the most important one. Came out modest. I don't want that. I was like, wait a minute. This is not, yeah, it's for physical attack in Beldums. So unfortunately, modest is not going to work for what I need, but it's still a good 3 times 31 breeder that I can go ahead and pair up with my Shroomish, make it 4 times 31. So we'll be getting a 4 times 31 alpha Pokemon here. That's quite strong, but we're still hoping for a nature roll. If this comes out adamant, I'll definitely just stop there and use it, even though the defense is like a little low at like 19 or like 18-ish. Hoping it's enough. All right, here's what this very expensive and very beautiful breed is going to look like. 4 times 31. Make sure I make this female. 31 HP, 31 attack, 31 Sp.Atk, 31 speed. Randomly rolling the nature. The defense is going to be like 18. That's okay. Let's just hope for the best. Come on, Shroomish. And we do have our breeders. Let's go ahead and just move all of those over to the PC and go check them out. We got our Wurmple. Not relaxed nature, not amazing, but this is a fantastic breeder that will be used in the future. We got our 2 times 31 Starly. Fantastic, very simple breeder used in the future. Simple 2 times 31 Chaos A group, and then this timid male field A group Mon that's just 20 plus in every stat you could need for a special attacker. All these will have good use in the future. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and continue the trend of trying to breed up some good PVM Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and work towards this Archeops. Now, I think there is an egg move I want on this Archeops, to be fair, in Head Smash. I'm going to see how I get that and how difficult that is. I don't know how relevant it is. What's his next, like, backup rock move is the question. I'm asking myself, how crucial is that for raids? And you know what? I'm thinking it's pretty darn crucial. Let's really put some research into it. It's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to PokeMMO egg moves, for sure. All right, and I'm starting to remember why this egg move is such a pain in the butt. It is a chain egg move, which means I need to go ahead and go get myself, first things first, a male Relicanth with Head Smash, and then breed that with a female Corsola, get Head Smash over to a Water Sea egg group Pokemon via that, and then make sure I breed that Corsola as male, and then breed that male Corsola with a female Archon. So I need a female Archeops anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go through with this breed, honestly, since I need that, but I am going to have to go get myself some specific Pokemon before I can really, finish this. But let's just go ahead and do this, I guess. I'll be able to brace the speed on this anyway if I need to keep it, so I've got to make this thing a female regardless. Let's go first check what we have in our boxes. If I have a male Relicanth, that would be amazing. I do have one Relicanth. Let's see. It is male, and it's 31 speed. What are the odds of that? That's kind of crazy. And 20 plus HP. Wow. What are the double odds of that? Holy crap. We can heart scale the Head Smash. That's totally okay. And then, do I have a female Corsola? Becomes the next question. Are you serious? That's so good. Wait, and I have a female Corsola. Wait, this is so good. Oh, this is so fantastic. This, oh my goodness, this just became such a cakewalk. I was not expecting that. Wow. So, oh my goodness, that's so amazing. I'm gonna be able to get 2 times 31 on this Archeops very, very easily, I believe. That's so sick. All right, so first things first, get the 2 Pokemon, get the braces on them. Second thing second, I need to go Heart Scale Head Smash onto my Relicanth. Thankfully, I should have enough Heart Scales. Yep, 18 at the moment. We're a little stocked up, thankfully. We have a little bit. And if we talk to this fellow right here, we should be able to teach him an old move, Head Smash, thank you. We can double check to see if we could save these hard scales by XP training him, but it might take, yeah, level 55, excuse me, that's going to be too long. This is a good example of when it's right to hard scale, in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and use 3 of our hard scales to Head Smash. That took me an hour at one point to farm, so, whew, not amazing, but you got to do what you got to do. We got Head Smash on our Relicanth. I'm going to head over back to the breeder. And now we end up with a 2x31 head smash Corsola. I need to make sure that I make this Corsola male so that then it can breed with our female Archon. And then boom, we're going to have a head smashing raid Archeops just like that because I've kept every Pokemon. This is because I've stocked up on everything in my boxes. This was only possible because I kept those 7 boxes of breeders this whole time. And I'm definitely not a hoarder copium. All right, and now we're just waiting for those 2 eggs to hatch. And after that Archeops breed, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting exhausted of breeding. Let's go ahead and see how this Shroomish came out. It did come out bashful, which is not usable, unfortunately. I will have to rebreed this at some point, but that's okay. We'll get ourselves a really good Shroomish at one point. And then the Deino, just a quick 2x31. It had some 20 plus HP. Love that. Naughty nature. It's not a physical Pokemon. You don't really want that. We're going to need a few more breeds here. Maybe I could go do like one more. We have to wait for the what's it called breed anyway. Let's just go ahead and do like one more Deino breed probably. I do not see myself completing the Shroomish today, unfortunately. That will definitely just go over to a box like this and sit here in purgatory for a bit. All right, I have to set up a few breeds on my Deino breed, but if I do it correctly, I should actually be able to go ahead and pair this Kingdra with the Deino afterwards and make a 4x31. So we're kind of actually closer than I realized, but first I need to make a 2x31 Pokemon to pair with this Deino. So we have a Scraggy in the Dragon Egg group. I want to go ahead and get 31 special attack, missing one of the stats, but then I also need either 31 defense or special defense on the Scraggy. So for that, we're going to search male dragon and then 31 defense, 31 Sp.Atk, and then matching at least one of the IVs and see what we have. It most likely will be a Ditto, but we do have this Scraggy right here. Might go ahead and use him, but we're going to go ahead and double check. It might be totally fine. This is like a good reason or a good spot to go ahead and just use a Ditto. I like using Dittos for these like little 1x31s and then keeping actual like Pokemon in the age group. Because what if I need more Dragon Age group breeders in the future? Like it's probably more likely I run low on those than the Dittos themselves. I feel like I have plenty of like defense Dittos. Like it's pretty rare I'm doing like 1x31 defense or Sp.Atk Ditto breeds. Usually I'm using the Dittos for speed or attack or Sp.Atk. So, if I go ahead and I breed these 2 Pokemon together, make sure I make the Scraggy male, then I could breed this Scraggy with this Deino, creating a 3x31. Then, if I make sure to make this female, I can breed that 3x31 Deino with this Kingdra and get a 4x31. So, it's a lot of breeding for breeders for the future for breeding, if that makes sense. And also our other 2 breeders have hatched in the process. So let's go check how those came out. Our Corsola and our Archeops. I don't even want to like spoil. Let's just head back to the PC and see how these look. We have our Archeops came out modest. That's obviously not usable. Our Corsola naive. Okay, both not usable. They should be perfectly paired up for each other. I do need an attack brace here. I don't think I want to carry over the nature. Yeah, I can't carry over modest. That's irrelevant. The speed will carry over the way that it does. And I do want to actually grab an HP brace. It's a little funny to like HP brace 21 HP, but I think it's worth it. It's 10,000 Pokeyen to carry over a decent enough stat. I'd rather you know, the Pokeyen is a resource on the Iron Man account, something I try to always keep in mind and always say. Now, we will have ourselves an egg move head smash Archon. That's very, very, very important. Pay to make sure it's female, which that cost me 21k. That is honestly, look how much Pokeyen I've spent. 250,000 Pokeyen just like that. That's one of the most tough parts about this is just blowing through the yen for breeds like this Archeops. Breeding up an Archeops like this, oh, just so expensive. Some amazing luck here would be getting this to roll either Jolly or Adamant. Ideally, Adamant. I'm not sure. Actually, could go either, I believe. All right, next up, our Scraggy hatch. Now we can go ahead and pair that with our Deino that we have ready to go. We're going to make this female, and then once this is hatched, we can pair it up with this Kingdra and make a 4x31 Deino. So I'm honestly really surprised. I mean, I'm using all my breeders. I shouldn't be surprised. I have all these things stored, but it feels like sometimes it feels like I'm just storing breeders for no purpose, for no reason. And then when I finally go and breed, it's like, oh, this is the reason. I can just go make a 4x31 Pokemon on the fly because I've stored all these. A lot of other Iron Men, if they say, oh, today I want to make a 5x31 Hydreigon, they might have to go catch a ton of Dragon Age group Pokemon or Dittos to actually be able to get all the stats up. But I just have it all ready to go in my boxes, and that's why I need to actually utilize it. So next up is our Archon. It came out naughty. I'm done. That's totally usable. It's mostly just a PVM Archon. That's going to be for raids. I'm going to set up Tailwind, and then I'm going to do a ton of damage with Head Smash and Acrobatics. Yes. Wow. That's a raid. I didn't expect it to be. I'm just shocked that I didn't expect it to be done so quick. That's a raid Pokemon finished. Another raid Pokemon added over to the boxes to EV Train. And now after working on breeds for, I don't know, about an hour, maybe hour and a half, we now have about 15 spaces of free space. 15 little empty. That's it, man. Oh, it's gonna be a long journey to blow through all this. And my comms box, dude, look at this. I have 5 spots left in my comms box. I don't know about you, but that terrifies me. Box space might end up becoming literally like the #1 issue, like the #1 problem of endgame Iron Man account. And not even that, but just like it might become the #1 thing we need to work on in this episode. I might need to really hunker down on it. And I'm trying. I try, man. It feels like I literally just can't get through enough breeds. I feel like I literally just can't keep up with how many mons I get brought in. Maybe I need to stop doing catch events. Maybe that's the solution, but I love catch events, man. It's such a good, like, unique, cool way to progress the account. It's only to get RP. I love that aspect of it, you know? All right, and I believe that's our Deino hatch. Let's go ahead and go check it. It should just be a 3x31, nothing super crazy here. But now I get to go ahead and pair it up with this Kingdra and make a 4x31. Now, we could get lucky in a few different ways here, and I'll explain why after I buy these braces. Okay, there's 2 main really cool things that could happen in this breed. #1, I could high roll the speed. There's a 12.5% chance of that happening. That would be an amazing step 1. #2, I could get modest nature on the breed. That would also be amazing. I guess the third thing is technically I high roll the speed and I get modest nature, but if that happens, I need to go buy a Powerball ticket immediately because that would be absolutely insane. Let's go through with the breed and see how it comes out. I think I made sure to make it female. I believe I did that, so hopefully that worked out well, because otherwise that'd be a nightmare, honestly. Now, this is the kind of breed that makes me question my sanity and wonder if it's actually even worth it. I'm just doing this dumb little Dragon Age group breed in my boxes. I'm going to randomly roll the gender. That's fine. I kind of want to make it male because it should be like a final breed, essentially. But it's just 20 plus in every single stat on a male Magikarp. That's it. Is this really worth going through with? I don't know, but I'm trying to clear my boxes out, dude. I also said that I was going to stop doing breeds, but look how far that's gotten me. Which, to be fair, is honestly a good thing. I could do breeds until my arms fall off, and it still wouldn't be enough breeds. I went ahead and grabbed 2 Metagrosses that both had 1x31 stats in my boxes, and then 2 Dittos that also had 31 HP. Now, the reason I did this, and I could have just bred these 2 Metagrosses together. However, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I still need to like kind of test this, but I think it's actually better to have the 2 different Metagrosses. Then I can breed them together later down the line and make a 3x31. That's a lot easier than breeding a 2x31 Metagross with a 2x31 Ditto, right? With genderless species, it's a bit tougher and you have to kind of plan things out, and you want to keep the actual species. So I'd rather consume a Ditto to make a 2x31 Beldum just like this, and then kind of do the same thing over here, and then breed them together to create a 3x31, or even you know, keep going with Dittos or things like that, and then kind of go up and up and up, and towards the end you want to breed the different Beldums and Grosses together. Basically, with genderless mons, it becomes really hard to create like multiple 31 IVs that are super good, if that makes sense. I got the wrong brace. Whoopsie. It's really hard to get like a wild 4x31 or 5x31 Ditto. Honestly, it's like borderline impossible. So you'd rather breed up like a 5x31 Metagross is much easier to get than a 5x31 Ditto, if that makes sense. So you want to basically just breed these up breed multiple genderless species along the way, and then breed them together towards the end. We've spent 400k today, by the way, on breeding. One of our eggs did just hatch in live time. That was our Deino. Let's see how it came out. It low rolled speed. I don't know what the attack rolled. Low rolled speed and no gender. So no crazy good luck today, and that's totally okay. That's just what we expected. That's normal luck. That's, you know, we did what's within our control, and it's all you can do. Now, I don't think I have like some magical dragon 4x31 breeder to make this 5x31. That would just be too good to be true. But I do have 2 Alpha Arboks I could breed together and make a 3x31. So I guess we can start with that. And then I do actually have 2 different 3x31 Dittos I can use if I can get either of those to pair up. Or I can try to breed up another 3x31 Arbok, but I don't know if I have the resources for that. I'd have to start with 1x31s on dragons, so I might try to use these Dittos to skip some of that process, but I have to make sure that I line up the IVs the best that I possibly can. And I think that this Ditto, or I think both of them might actually be able to do it, which is kind of crazy. That is really fortunate to have them line up like that. And also this way, I don't need to worry about which one, wrong stat there. I don't need to worry about what gender they come out. I can just let the gender randomly roll, and either way, it'll be fine. Since I'm breeding with Dittos here specifically, but then I will have to pick the gender specifically with the Ditto breed. All right, but here is the Arbok breed 3 times 31 in these stats. There's some 30 chances here. Don't care about the gender. We also have multiple different chances for a nature roll here. I really kind of just need modest is the problem. Getting a modest nature on this dino is going to be really difficult, but I'm going to have to probably breed up multiple 5 times 31 dragons to have a chance at it along the way, essentially. Another egg did hatch, and it's just our simple little Magikarp. Honestly, it came out lonely, which is kind of perfect. I could use this as a really good mixed attacking breeder now. That's weirdly really good. All right, and through all of our efforts, we went from around 15 empty PC spaces to almost 25. So we're getting there, but I also have like 3 or 4 mons. Actually, wait a minute. I have like 6 mons in my incubators and stuff, so... Oh man, we're actually only like 19 free spaces. But we do have 2 more eggs that hatch. Let's go check out these 2 Beldums. I'm honestly enjoying the little breeding extravaganza, so I'm just going to keep going, honestly, for the time being, as long as I feel up to it. We've got these 2 new Beldums. We could, I believe, could we pair these up? We could make a 3 times 31 Beldum out of these, or we could try to pair these with other Dittos or Beldums. We don't have to rush into this. I also have these 2 other Beldums over here that I can breed up with Dittos and start working towards something with that. Maybe I should be a little bit more targeted with my breeds today. I'm kind of just breeding all over the place, but sometimes that's just the strategy. Honestly, like whatever I can do to clear my boxes is kind of just where I'm at right now. All right, here's some more Pokeyen being drained for some more 1 times 31 Beldums. Wait, let me switch this out with this fella right here, I believe. Sure, there we go. Just going to create 2 different 1 times 31 Sp.Atk Beldums, just truly starting from the ground up on these bad boys. And I probably won't finish these today, but they'll clear up some spaces and work towards an eventual, probably 6 times 31 Metagross one day. Would be fantastic to have. Could be a mixed attacker. I already have the 1 Sp.Atk 31 on that one, so I wouldn't mind going for that. There's certain mons where I honestly like don't mind going for like a 6 times 31 of. Things like a Tyranitar, honestly. Not a bad option for a 6 times 31 Pokemon. Can be kind of sort of a Swiss Army knife sort of Pokemon and change what it needs to do based on its stats and movesets and nature. All right, our next hatch is that Ekans. It came out jolly, which is not what we need, unfortunately. Could be for certain things, but not today. Let's go grab one of those Dittos. I'm trying to think, does it matter which one we want to grab? I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. I'd rather keep this one with the 31 Sp.Atk, 31 speed, and an HP over in the boxes. That could be a fantastic breeder later down the line. Whereas this one is a bit more specific, being 31 defense Sp.Atk and Sp.Def. All right, but now we're going to have a breed look like this. I am getting a little bit exhausted once again. I do need to make sure I make this thing male, I believe. Yup, so I can actually pair it up with my Deino properly. And I'm going to be... I'm sorry, I'm a little speechless. I'm going to be able to make a 5 times 31 Deino today. How the fuck did that happen? Like, that just happened out of nowhere. That's insane. 1 5 times 31 Deino coming up, pretty please. Now, it's not gonna be, unless we get super lucky somewhere, it's not gonna be correct nature. We are gonna have to finish that, you know, another day or whatever, but it's a really strong start. All right, our 2 31 Sp.Def Beldums came out, and then I also need to make sure I pair one of them now with a Ditto with Sp.Atk, so I can breed it with this Beldum, then the other with a Ditto with, let me see, this one's Sp.Def and HP, so I need to make sure this one is either like speed or just anything that isn't one of those stats, essentially. All right, I don't think it doesn't matter which one of these I pair up. It just needs to be this one's 31 Sp.Atk, this one's 31 Sp.Def. Yup, that works. And the next one is going to be, I think I bred these all in a way where I can pair them up together. 31 defense, 31 Sp.Def. I can pair this with the HP one. I think I have it so I can actually create a 4 times. I think I have a 4 times 31 Metagross on the way, if I'm not mistaken. If I did this correctly. Or is it 3 times? No, what am I? Maybe not 4 times 31. Maybe I messed something up, because I'm trying to think, what would the stats... No, I think it is 4 times 31. I think it's going to be HP, defense, Sp.Def, and Sp.Atk. It's going to be missing attack. This will be a weird... I didn't mean to, like, lean into a special attacking Metagross. It kind of just happened. So that was a little awkward, but... I'm just trying to get the, you know, thing cleared out. I'll probably end up going... I love a mixed Metagross, to be honest, or just having that as an extra stat is, like... It's a little bit of a waste of resources, but it's kind of funny and fine. I do want to get through an attack on this thing, though, in the future, for sure. That's way more important. We can keep the low speed. Speed on Metagross, like, can be... It's a pretty bulky mod. I guess it's... Honestly, it's faster than I realized. 70 base speed. We will see. We'll just see what I can do. Maybe I'll go 6 times 31. Once again, clearing box space has to be my #1 priority, and then the Pokemon that I breed with them hilariously ends up being a second priority. All right, then there's our Ekans. That I'm actually really excited for. Let's go grab that. Okay, this I'm very excited for. Sassy. Now, the luckiest thing that could possibly happen is if I just randomly roll Modest Nature right now on this breed. I haven't had any like crazy lucky. To be fair, the luckiest thing that happened today was the Archeops rolling Lonely. That was pretty cool. It wasn't like, you know, amazing, but like pretty, I'm not telling you, know, pretty darn cool. It could have been Adamant, it could have been a bit better, but the point is I'm trying to copium and say that I haven't had anything super lucky happen today. So if the luck's, you know, if it's time to strike, now is the time. 5 times 31. This is gorgeous, dude. It's even 20 plus in the attack. 5 times 31. Female Deino. I'm gonna, should I put this in a luxury ball? I don't think so. We can always replace it. Oh, this is crazy, man. Female 5 times 31 Deino just came out of nowhere, dude. I think that this is the, wow. I think, let me go check. I believe that this is only the second ever 5 times 31 on my account. Like, that's how big of a deal this is. I think the only one is the Charizard. Yep. This will be the second ever 5 times 31. That's how rarely I breed up stats this high. I know this sounds silly since my goals were literally to breed, and then breed some more, but I didn't expect to breed this much, at least this early on in the episode. I'm now up to 440 eggs hatched within my last shiny rotation, which that's pretty cool in its own right. We have another egg hatched right now. This Beldum, let's go ahead and go pair that up with one of the other Beldums. The other one will hatch here in a quick sec. Let's see which one this one is. This is the 31 Sp.Atk, 31 Sp.Def one, so I believe that pairs with this. Yup. We could go ahead and get a 3 times 31 Beldum, HP, Sp.Atk, and Sp.Def, and eventually get that 4 times 31 Metagross or Beldum coming up here soonish. And also, with all of this breeding, I'm now under 1 million Pokeyen. That's right, I have spent over 500,000 Pokeyen this morning breeding. This is all just long-term preparation for the account. We are preparing more things to help us succeed in the long term. There's another hatch, it's probably the next Beldum. Yep, let's go grab that as well and set up both breeds at the same time. All right, we have 4 Beldums. The breeds should look like this. Here's a 3 times 31 in HP, Defense, and Sp.Def. Let's go through with that. We also have shiny chance here. I mean, the craziest thing that could happen, I say the craziest thing would be like a nature roll, but really the craziest thing would be to just randomly get a shiny Beldum. I mean, hey, I would happily take something like that, man. I've put a lot of work in this account. I don't know if I deserve a shiny Beldum, but I would take one. Something tells me I should also go ahead and just start breeding up this Metang as well. Just get all of the mons that I can. I have another Metagross, I believe, as well. I save these for other sorts of breeds, but no, I think this is becoming a 5 times 31 or even 6 times 31 potential situation. So better start breeding these up while I can, and then this will give me a good opportunity to clear out a lot of my Dittos and just go catch more Dittos throughout the episode. Here's a 31 attack Beldum breed and a 31 Sp.Def. I wanted to really importantly get that 31 attack one going because I do need both attacks on this thing by the end of it. We have another breed that hatched. No way. No way! No way! That's so good! Are you fucking kidding me? Ah, I said I have to stop there. That's the luckiest thing could happen. No fucking shot! No fucking shot. I said the luckiest thing, I would go buy a Powerball ticket. The luckiest thing that could happen would be if this thing rolls Modest on the final breed, on the 5 times 31. Holy fuck. That just, you have no idea. That saved me. That just saved me having to breed up another 5 times 31 Pokemon. That just saved me hundreds of thousands of Pokeyen and like 30 or like at least 16 or so, like 1 times 31s. Oh, that just saved me so much time. So many resources. That is ridiculous. That's stupid. That's silly. What an insane... That's a Heatran Pokemon. That is a Heatran Raid Hydreigon. Holy crap, dude. I didn't check egg moves, so I'm hoping that's... yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I don't need heads, but yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's fucking perfect. The perfect time to roll that. Goodness gracious, dude. Holy... All right, dude, I was so hyped for that Deino. I just, like, fucking fist pumped throughout my room for a little bit. Now we're back. We have all the Beldums that hatch. I'm going to move all 4 of them over to my boxes and just check them all out. Dude, that was just... surreal. I literally just can't believe. That was so insane, dude. That was so insane. So we have these 3 times 31 Beldums, and the question becomes, do I want to breed these together to make a 4 times 31? I think I do. I think that's, like... I think that's the purpose of these. I could breed these with like 3 times 31 Dittos, but that's so rare. I don't really know if it's realistic, you know, like that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I think it's worth just go ahead and pair these up. It's a little, the stats are a little awkward, but Dude, we're making some really good Pokemon today, and I'm just kind of riding the wave. I think I'm gonna take a break here in a quick sec. Maybe go farm some Dittos, some legendaries, things like that. We'll have to see. Feels a little funny to fill my boxes up immediately after, you know, working so hard to clear them out, but that's the name of the game, dude. We have now spent over 600,000 Pokeyen today breeding, by the way, to give you just an idea of like how much breeding I did today. I didn't track the time, but it was a lot. Here's a 4x31 Beldum for you as well. Go ahead and add that to the list. We got the 5x31 Modest Deino. The only now the next crazy thing that could happen is me rolling a shiny. That is definitely the next crazy thing. And these need to I need to go ahead and make these 2x31 with other Dittos. So let's find Ditto breeders for these. All right, but that leaves me with these two breeds. So let's go ahead and pair these up. It should look like this: 31 attack and 31 defense. I think that's correct. And this one will be 31 Sp.Atk and then 31 defense as well. And we should be able to pair these two Beldums together once they're done and create a 3x31 breed, which is still not quite. I don't know if I'm quite, you know, I can't create a 5x31 Metagross quite yet. I think I would need one more for that. And I don't know if there's any way I can, there's no way for me to finish it today, I don't think. I don't have another Metagross. I don't have another Beldum. I'm officially like out of Beldums, out of Metagrosses, out of Metangs. Yeah, I have nothing left. I have to go get another one of the species, and that's kind of tough. Maybe I should have taken advantage of more of those Metagross swarms while I could. But you know, you never know until you know. It's always a, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda situation. I do have a 3x31 Ditto that I maybe could use, but that is a lot to dump into something like that. All right, and this should be the 4x31, I believe, Beldum. Yup, came out quiet. Ooh, it's wait. Just hold the hell up. This is quiet nature. It's 20 plus attack. I think this is done. Oh man, I think this is done. I could breed it up if I want to. I could try to get like a higher attack stat or go for like a nature, like a brave is ideal. Brave is better. You do really want brave on this generally. But I'm pretty fucking happy with this. Mixed attacking Beldum, leaning special. Maybe in the future. I could change it in the future. But for now, I might just leave this as is. I could even go like hyper bulky on this. I could do some sort of mixed attacking assault gear Metagross. That could be something crazy. Usually you're supposed to ask yourself, you know, why am I making this when you make a Pokemon? But I didn't really have that luxury today when breeding. You know, I was just trying to clear my PC spaces once again as a first priority. And now I just have a really fucking good Metagross that I don't really know how to use exactly. But we'll figure out something kind of cool or just fix it in the future. But I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and just move this over to my comps box, which once again leaves us with 3 spaces left in our comps box. Are you kidding me? I could end up moving our Ho-Oh team over to like our, I think I like the idea of that. Well, no. Oh, the Rotom has an untradeable expert belt. Do I have a different expert belt? That's the only downside of the account box on the Iron Man. You still can't put like tradable stuff in here, or sorry, untradeable stuff. Like any items you get from the storyline are considered quote unquote untradeable. So for example, let me see if I can find something actually. Like this cleanse tag, this, you see 2 different stacks of smoke balls because one is from like picked up from the storyline, it's untradeable, versus these are found from like wild Pokemon or Pokemarts or whatever. So you find stuff like that. If you pick them up free from a Pokeball, it's usually considered quote unquote untradeable. All right, there's the other 2 eggs that have hatched. It's just those same Beldum. Let's go check them out, see how they're looking. One came out lonely, which is actually like pretty relevant. Could be a decent-ish. Well, you would definitely want the bulk though. Well, wait, like look, this could be a, what the fuck happened here? Like this could be a usable Metagross as well. This one's like 20 plus in everything except for speed. It's lonely. If I wanted like a physical Metagross, like this is the one I would keep. I am not gonna breed these together today. I could breed these together and like just hope for, but you know what? Today I'm gonna leave these for now. Like it would save me 1 PC space, but I don't think I'm that desperate. I'd rather just keep these, and it gives me more flexibility in the future. If I get like a 3x31 Ditto or some sort of Ditto that can match with this a bit better, we could do that. Like a 31 speed, you know, we could figure that out on a different day. For now, I'm gonna call it there. We made some ridiculous progress, dude. Really, that Deino has blown my mind. That is absolutely insane. But we made a lot of progress. That does not mean we can just chill and hang out and stop. We have more to do. That's the beauty of any MMO, especially PokeMMO. Let's go ahead and get set up. I want to go farm some Dittos really quick. We have our Dust Balls. It is nighttime in game. It's the perfect time to go get our Dust Ball 15 Pokeball, our repeat ball streak towards Dittos, while also farming for a legendary. All right, I honestly don't know how much I'll be farming today since my brain is kind of mush after, you know, breeding for about 2 hours or so, but maybe it's the perfect, like, AFK thing to do. I really wanted to just give myself the option to Ditto farm, so I'll see you guys after I either Ditto farm or I don't, hopefully in the next clip, and maybe, yeah, tomorrow. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Once again, I can't believe the breeding progress that we made, but man, that was definitely a lot. Thanks for pushing through it with me. All right, we have an alpha Ditto spawn over here. And also, I think I caught like 3 or 4 Dittos. I did catch a few Dittos, but I only caught like 3 or 4, right? And then it became daytime, so then I couldn't dust ball, so I couldn't farm over in Johto for the proper Raikou. But anyways, I'm going to do this alpha Ditto spawn, and then I do have a plan for after this. It's quite loud. I'm going to head over back to that Raikou spot, back to the legendary hunting spot. But I'm going to go ahead and do the lucky egg test. I want to try, let's see, a tough Pokemon to deal with. Oh, I should have led with my Spinda. I did make a small mistake there. That's okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and soak this weirdly. I wouldn't normally do this, but because I want to turn this into a water type, because otherwise I'm going to have like a really hard time dealing damage to it. But the main takeaway here is I'm going to catch this alpha Ditto. We'll head back over to Johto, legendary hunt for Raikou a little bit passively, and see if I can farm any lucky eggs. And I'm going to do a 1-hour test. I don't think I need to like do any sort of preliminary like, oh, let me learn the method. The method's just going to be running back and forth and seeing if I get chances with expert lures, and then thiefing them if I get a first proc. Like, it'll be really, really, really simple. It just comes down to how many lucky eggs do I get per hour is what it really starts to come down to, in my opinion. We'll have to see. All right, here is the Ditto catch. Let's see these IVs. Would love to see a 3x31, but obviously, oh my goodness, I was gonna say it's kind of greedy. I feel like I have actually like multiple 3x31 Dittos in my boxes right now, but you know what? Hey man, it's so good. Also, the fact that we're missing, once again, you want the 31s like in not double attack stats. So the fact that it's HP, defense, speed, every mon needs that. We can just roll up the Sp.Atk. The fact that attack is 25 plus. This is a fantastic physical attacking Ditto. Fantastic, amazing catch, great breeder. All right, this should be a pretty easy test. I'm going to go ahead and pop a lure. I have an hour timer set, as you can see in the bottom middle there. I'm going to throw on some YouTube and essentially just run back and forth and just only thief when I see a Chansey. There's a 5% chance here for a Chansey when you are running back and forth using lures. So we're hoping for a Raikou encounter, a Chansey with a lucky egg, but I think the chance is very, very low. We'll see. The lucky egg is 100%. That will save us an hour's worth of time XP training. So if we can get like 1 lucky egg per hour here, that would be really good. I don't think we'll even get that, but maybe I'm wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer. Let's just test it, fellas. This is uncharted Iron Man territory. All right, we've got about 14 minutes left in our little test, and I just got my first Frist on a Chansey. I actually started a new trip in the top right, as you can see. I've only seen 8 Chanseys, so maybe that means, you know, good things, but we're going to go ahead and try this. We're going to thief this, hoping for a lucky egg. It could be an oval stone as well, which would be not very good. The oval stone is way less. Lucky punch. Okay, it could be 3 different items, I guess. I didn't even know. I did not realize Chansey even had that. Yeah, you have a chance for Lucky Egg, Oval Stone, or Lucky Punch. Huh. Item held by Chansey is a particular boost Chansey's critical hit ratio by 2 stages. Ah, I see. So, yeah, that's probably it, man. We got 13 minutes left. I'm going to keep running back and forth. I didn't think this would be worth it. I really don't think it's worth it. I mean, obviously it's 1 hour. It's not really data. It's just an anecdotal example, just an anecdotal little. I don't even want to use the word test. I mean, it's a very short-term test, right? But yeah, I couldn't imagine, as someone who farmed Chanseys for lucky eggs a ton back in the day. I always tell the stories, the boomer tales of how lucky eggs actually used to be the currency within PokeMMO. Back in 2013, prior to when lucky eggs weren't consumable items, they were just permanent items that made it so you gained double the experience in battles if your lead Pokemon, or if your Pokemon in the battle was using the lucky egg as the held item. That's just how they worked. That's how they worked in traditional Pokemon, from my understanding. So everybody needed a lucky egg. Like, lucky eggs were a very important resource for everybody to have, and they were a permanent held item. So it was kind of the currency before Pokeon was really tradable. Lucky egg, you'd trade like, oh, 1 shiny for like 6 lucky eggs, for example. I farmed Chanseys for tens of hours, maybe not hundreds back in the day, the other things, but like, I really sat there in the Kanto Safari Zone, tried to get a Chansey, tried to get a Chansey with a lucky egg, and I never got one through years and years of farming. So I think people don't realize how rare lucky eggs are on these Chanseys. These are not like Everstones, not like Amulet Coins. Maybe I'm missing something, but this seems... Now, I could try... There's also... These are the big lucky eggs. There are also the Pelipers, which have small lucky eggs. Yeah, small lucky egg, which is a 50% XP boost. But I think that only lasts for... I forget if it lasts for 30 minutes or an hour. Let's go see. Small lucky eggs. Yeah, a big lucky egg doubles XP for 1 hour. A small lucky egg, 1.5 times his XP. So it's not as big of an XP buff, and it's only for 30 minutes. You got to factor that in. So there's a lot of different nerfs to small lucky egg. I would need so many small lucky eggs from Pelipper, I feel like, in like such a short amount of time. I don't think that going for lucky eggs of any variety is worth it from my experience, my 10,000 hours of Pokemon. But that doesn't mean it's 100% correct, right? But that's why it's so important, once again, to go for those XP charms. I think the XP charms, those are going to be disgustingly worth going for, in my personal opinion, during the upcoming Halloween event and all the event season in Pokemon. So I'm going to finish the hour test, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather just farm Dittos here. I'd rather do other things than sit here and run back and forth and try for lucky egg frisking while legendary hunting. There's other things you can do while legendary hunting, in my opinion. If you're gonna legendary hunt and run back and forth in Johto, to be fair, I think you might as well do it here and just... What I would honestly do, I would switch up the strategy. What I would do personally is I would go ahead and I would switch my lead Pokemon to an Illuminate, a arena, something that boosts the encounters by 10%. Do that, and then just get a Mon like that has Thief on it, and then just Thief any chance that you run into. That's what I would do long term while going for a legendary hunt in Johto. But once again, I'd rather just farm Dittos. Dittos does slow down the legendary hunt tremendously, but you need to farm Dittos so much anyway on an Ironman account. I think it's kind of worth it if you can plan that out, essentially. All right, and there's the final encounter. The timer is going off. And once again, as we expected, 0 lucky eggs. So you know what? It's time to switch it up. I did track the data from the trip, though. So we do have 314 encounters within that hour. And I did end up using like 14 or so. I think 15, actually. 15 exactly expert lures. And then 12 chances within that 1 hour were encountered. And it's been a long day with a lot of progress. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bit of a break. I think I've earned it at this point. And I'll probably see you guys with whatever we're doing next. All right, I just can't stay away today, man. I'm allowing myself to take breaks, but I keep just having the urge to come back and play some PokeMMO. So you know what? If you have the motivation to do something, take advantage of it, man. I'm going to go ahead and go catch this Alpha Sunflora really quick, and then probably set up for some EV training. I have a few options. I could do some EV training. I could do some Everstone farming. I could even go for... I could go Fossil Farm, actually. You know what? Out of everything, let's go do that. I'm going to go Fossil Farm and look for that Skull Fossil and try to make that Rampardos today. One of the biggest reasons I want to go ahead and make that special attack in Rampardos like so immediately is that I'll feel guilty doing any sort of XP training that isn't at that spot, right? Like now that I have that spot unlocked, any and all XP training that I do should be there. I shouldn't, you know, waste time doing other like at Tentacruels or like not using that spot now that I have access to it. All right, there's the Alpha Sunflora caught. It was a really tough catch to be able to turn 26, but it was kind of a skill gap problem. I should have gone my Soak Smeargle immediately after skill swapping, and I didn't. And then it was really hard for any other member of my team to actually die to switch it in properly. So there we go. 2 times 31, 20 plus in every other stat. Fantastic, amazing breeder. I do want to start really looking towards plant egg group breeders because I want to go for a 5 times 31 superior at some point now that I have my ability patches. When he's one of my grass ones for a perfect 5 times 31 superior. So if I want to do that, I'm going to need a lot of plant egg group breeders along the way. But anyways, that done with, let's head over to Sinnoh and see how the fossils are flowing today. All right, I could go to Turnback Cave, but that's a bit more intense, and I don't think I need anything crazy. I just need like maybe 1 or 2 skull fossils. I don't need like a ton. I'm not here to farm all day, so I'm just going to do the casual Frisk Thief Bayonet strategy over here to the north of Jubilife City. If you don't know, with rock smashing, you basically smash the rock, hope for an encounter, look for a Frisk, and then you thief it if you get one. If not, you just kind of keep going. You could catch the Pokemon as well, but thiefing's just so much faster these days. No Frisk, so we just run, and then after 5 minutes or so, I believe, IRL time, you can run outside of the cave and back in the rocks will respawn, but that's only if you have to wait 5 minutes or so, and often at this location, there's not enough rocks where essentially you will smash them all and maybe have to wait a minute or 2 for the other ones to finish, but that's okay. You know what? I'm watching the Chiefs-Chargers game, just having a fun little Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. And hopefully we can see a skull fossil. If not, we'll get it at some point. There's no rush, you know, just enjoy the journey. All right, here's our first thief, hoping for skull fossils once again. The Geodude stays alive. Armor fossil, nothing wrong with the fossil. We'll happily take, honestly, anything we could get from this. The only bad thing would be hard stones. I'd be happy with Everstones, happy with any of the fossils. Once again, we do need at least one skull, though, to go breed a special attack in Rampardos. All right, and I just got one. Easy skull fossil, so we're already done. I'm going to go ahead and finish this little rotation, but after these rocks, I can go ahead and head out of here and go breed up some sort of, or go, firstly, pop the fossil, get myself the Cranidos, and then breed something up, hopefully. All right, over to Oreburgh City we go to pop one fossil. I have a few different fossils. I only need to pop one skull. I want to make sure that I click that one. Yep, bring one back to life, one skull, pretty please. I clear my inventory space, looking for a Cranidos with special attack or speed, or anything we can roll up. Do I want to pop the other Cranidos fossil? I think I do, honestly. There's no reason. I'm trying to think if there's any reason not to. I think it's better to just go ahead and see it now, see what stats I get. We get 31 HP. That's not really what I'm looking for. That's okay. We'll probably use this one. We can roll up the Sp.Atk and then go for high speed. I think you might, I don't know if you 30, like 25, even like 25 plus in both, and then a modest nature works. It should be pretty easy. I don't think I'll need too much to get this thing bred up. I will need Dittos, however, since it is a mostly male species. All right, with 2 Ditto breeds, we should be able to make this Cranidos into a good special attack in Rampardos. I go ahead and I have a 28 speed coming through brace with this one. This should medium roll between 19 and 27, around 23 or so special attack. And then I have this other Ditto I can go ahead and breed with it after, and then put the modest nature onto. It's also nice because these Dittos aren't anything amazing, so we're not really wasting any like valuable resources, which that feels pretty cool when doing these breeds. Once this Cranidos is done being bred, we will EV train it, XP train it, and then we will unlock the best XP training spot. Like, not even the best one that I have access to, but no. Just the best XP training spots in all of PokeMMO on the Iron Man account. That feels fucking sick to have, like, best in slot of something, you know? All right, my first Cranidos breed hatched. I do feel like I high rolled, like, a lot of the stats. I didn't look over most of the stats as I wasn't, like, going for them. But what the fuck happened? I feel like you have to like rewind the clip and see. I feel like this high rolled a shit ton of things. I was just trying to get the special attack and speed up, but a lot more happened here. Okay, how can I actually? Let's look at this Ditto now. Like, I'm not trying to carry over most of these stats, you know. Let's see what I can do. What do I want to do on the? I can like brace the HP on the Cranidos. The speed is fine. Don't want to brace this Sp.Atk. That makes it lower. I'm either bracing the HP to like, I don't need to really do anything to it. Like, honestly, maybe I shouldn't. It's 10. The problem is that it's 10,000 Pokeyen to make a Pokemon. Even if it just looks a little bit better, it's 10,000 Pokeyen to make a Pokemon that I will use for the rest of the account look a little bit better. I think that's worth it. I don't know if I'm going to use the HP brace or the Sp.Atk brace. I'm going to buy both just in case. I want to see what the medium roll is between HP, because it's 29 and 11. What does that medium roll to? Let's do this. That medium rolls to 20, right? So I might just keep that and then brace the Sp.Atk, because that's never going to medium roll to anything interesting. That's 12. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Even though the HP one is higher or whatever, obviously, I'm fine with that medium rolling 20. If this comes out like 20 plus across like a lot of the board, the problem is the defense is never, if this hits the 20% high roll, that's silly willy is what I'll say. I'm going to put this in a luxury ball. This will be a fantastic completed utility Pokemon. All right, and our Cranidos did just hatch. Let's go check the stats. And did it actually high roll the defense? Are you kidding me? What? This is wild, man. A simple special attacking, like, wasn't supposed to be anything. Cranidos turns into a 20 plus across the board off of some lucky high rolls. I mean, it doesn't really change its usage. It doesn't really change its effectiveness at all, but it's just gonna look nice from now on until the end of time. And I mean, dude, that impacts your mentality. That impacts things when I'm playing PokeMMO. So I mean, you know what, dude, we will take it. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna head straight into EV training. I have special attack and speed to do. I am training 3 different Pokemon. First things first, the newly found, gorgeous, newly bred as of today, 5 times 31. I can't believe this rolled modest still. I don't believe that I have this. It's just so stupid. 5 times 31 modest Deino. We got the new XP training Rampardos that'll be coming up very soon. Then we have the timid Roserade with pretty good stats that'll be used in raids as well. I'm going to go special attack EV train over at Heatmore. Really cool shiny location. Would love a shiny Heatmore. And then head over to Rapidash over here in Unova for the XP. It's a good spot. Hope I don't get a shiny Rapidash. That would suck. I have too many of those on the main account. If you know the story, you know the story. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump into things, and I'll see you guys probably when I'm just done EV training all these Pokemon. I think a lot of times I like to do, oh, I'm done Sp.Atk, time to move on to Speed, but I feel like that checkpoint in the middle is just not really worth it. If you guys think otherwise, let me know, but I don't think I need to check in on with you guys like every single step of the way sometimes. I like to show you as much progress as possible to have it all be legitimized and just, you know, keep you guys up to date with what's happening and how things are done, but you only need to see me EV train so many times in the series before you just know all the locations that I like to go to. Wait, okay, I did realize something. Wait a minute. I was over here EV training at Rapidash. I can actually go to a new spot over in Johto. I'm just not used to it. Okay, you know what? And I can risk a different shiny that way, as well as get more experience per horde. So right now I'm getting about, let's go double check it to be fair, but right now I'm getting about, I think 1,800, 1,700 XP on each of my Pokemon per horde. Let's head over to the Poliwhirl spot over at the new Mount Silver that I just unlocked and see how much XP we get there. Plus, I also just adore this spot because there's no shiny Rapidash, you know, chance. Look at all of the Rampardos, excuse me. I think it's so funny. Like, it's just cool to see. It's obvious that, you know, it makes sense. I've talked about the special attacking Rampardos for so long now, but if you aren't used to it, it's funny to see everybody have a Rampardos. You know, it's kind of interesting. I remember discovering that strat super early on as soon as Johto released. It was so cool testing around the different spots and what would work and what wouldn't and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, here's the Poliwhirl spot, so I can sit here and do this now for plus 10 speed EV per horde. Level 58, like, these are so high level, dude. I was getting 1,700 XP per Rapidash horde. Let's see how much XP I now gain. And, you know, we're just basically gaining more XP while EV training, so it's kind of just 2 for 1. Is that the same amount of XP? To be fair, it's about the same. It might even be a little less. What? It's about the same. It's, okay. To be totally accurate, it's 2 XP more. Okay, so but for reference, this is not like, oh, the better XP spot. This is just a different EV training spot that you do get access to, which is somewhat relevant, but yeah, it's just a different location. This is the exact same, pretty much XP as Rapidash, so that's not much of a buff. It's next to a PC, which is nice. I like the different shiny chance, of course. You get the Politoed, Poliwhirl shiny, honestly, in my opinion, fantastic. A little bit more XP there, but like not really, let's be honest. The main XP we're going for is this this Donphan spot, and I'll show you guys the difference of, like, I'm going to XP train at the Donphan spot, and then we'll switch over to Tentacruels as well and try there and show you guys the real difference of how much XP per horde is different. All right, the EVs have been finished. 2v2 Sp.Atk and 2v2 speed on everything, including the Rampardos. Now, I do need to go, ironically, XP train the Rampardos at Tentacruels so that then I can use the Rampardos to XP train over here at the actual best spot. I don't think he's strong enough yet. I could test him, I could try, but I severely doubt he does enough damage yet to kill the Pokemon at this spot. Once again, we could test it. I do need to go ahead and put Surf on him. Step 1. Like, it's just, we're basically forcing the mold, right? We're forcing Rampardos to be a special attacking Pokemon when he doesn't really want to be. Keep in mind, this Pokemon is 65 base attack. Like, he is intuitively not a special attacker. And we don't even have, like, a stab move to even use on him. We're just using Surf, right? So I'm going to show you guys what the damage looks like right now, but I don't think we'll be able to kill these. I'm pretty sure. Donphan's special defense, I believe, is kind of low, but its HP is high enough. I don't think we'll be able to kill these until, like, maybe level 60 or so. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing 37% to one of the Donphans. That's pitiful. I bet that thing is, like, sassy or some sort of, like, special defense nature. We did, like, up to 65% to some, but yeah, I have a lot of XP training to do on this Rampardos before it's truly ready to train here. But once it is able to kill here, it'll XP train very fast. And honestly, thankfully, Rampardos, if you don't know, actually one of the fastest Pokemon to level up in all of Pokemon. It only needs 600,000 total XP to be level 100. For reference, my Breloom needs 1.64 mil, right? So one Breloom is like almost 3 Rampardoses in terms of leveling to 100, which is super crazy. This is one of the slowest mons to level 100. This is one of the fastest. A normal mon is something like Pikachu, like 1,000,000 XP is what you're normally looking at. All right, over to Tentacruel we go though, unfortunately. Hopefully for the last time. This should be literally one of the last times I'm ever at Tentacruel on the account. So hopefully I don't get a duplicate shiny while we're here. We are starting with Rampardos at level 40. It shouldn't even take too long. I'm gonna, like, set a timer possibly, but it's getting pretty late though. It's a little bit past midnight at this point. So at this point, I might just be doing some XP training to wind down before bed. All right, good morning. It is the next morning, and I'm still just XP training my Rampardos. This horde will get him up to level 75, and I'm going to go test him over at the Donphan spot after this. You know, many people are asking me, Petrowski, can you really use the best XP training spot in the entire game on an Iron Man account? Well, let's see, man. 24 Sp.Atk, choice specs, modest nature. Nobody's actually asked me that. Nobody even knows yet. Haven't even streamed yet. Okay, let's see how this goes. The other scary thing is, like, Dodrios are so fast, they could actually have a chance of outspeeding me there. We don't quite one-shot any of the Dodrios. That's sad, dude. We might have to get this thing up to like level 90 something before we can ever effectively use it. And once again, that's just the cost of using something that is not supposed to be a special attacker, trying to use it as one. So unfortunately, after this, back to Tentacruels we go. I will say I might have myself a way to save some time at Tentacruels, and I'll show you guys that here in a quick sec. You see, if I can kill the Tentacruels with just my Rampardos and not even having to use my Pikachu, he would get the full amount of XP in the battle. And right now we're getting kind of punished as I'm trying to use a physical attacker as a special attacker. So crazy idea here, what if I just tried to use him as a physical attacker? It's going to cost me about 30,000 Pokeyen to test this, so if it doesn't work, that's going to be kind of unfortunate, but it's, you know, it's not a huge deal. It's 30,000 Pokeyen. If it does work, it's going to save me a fair bit of time, and that time can be put back into a gym rerun or other ways to make that Pokeyen back. So in my opinion, it would be well worth it. I'm going to go ahead and put the Earthquake TM over on my Rampardos and then go try to Earthquake down these Tentacruels. I also can put on Choice Band onto this thing if I need to. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try this. Pop on the Tentacruel Horde, pop a Sweet Scent, and I do have Choice Band on this thing. I'm gonna try to click Earthquake, and if he can one-shot everything with his 145 base attack, which I'm hoping can, or sorry, 165 base attack, which I'm hoping can just carry me here because I've literally reduced all of his stats in his attack stat. So I think I can, though. I'm pretty sure I can still do enough damage. Yeah, because Rampardos is just so silly. Like that 165 base stat is just bonkers. It's not even a stab move. The Earthquake is he's just a rock type, not like rock ground or any combination like that. So now I'm gaining 6,000 XP per horde, as opposed to previously I think I was gaining around, I would guess 3,000 or so, 3 or 4,000. It was around 4,800 or so, because you do gain 75% with the reamplifier. But now I'm gaining 25% more XP per battle because I went and bought that Earthquake TM. Okay, I kind of blacked out, and now my Rampardos is level 99. So, I mean, to be fair, surely he'll do enough damage. Honestly, the most devastating thing that could happen right now is me go try to use this Rampardos and realize that I actually need 31 Sp.Atk, otherwise I don't do enough damage to kill the spot. I don't think you need like kind of high Sp.Atk, but I really don't think that's the case. That would be really devastating if that's true. It's not, I mean, I shouldn't say really devastating. We would just have to breed up a new Rampardos, and a 2x31 mon isn't the craziest thing in the world, but it would suck. We wasted a lot of time XP training this one. And like, the problem is if this doesn't work here, there's not really any other use, right? All right, moment of truth. Time to finally test it. I have my Deino, my Crawdont, and my Medicham in my party to XP train. This will totally change how we XP train, how fast we can XP train, in just the course of everything in terms of endgame progression on the Iron Man account. I'm going to spend so much time here. Like, I am going to live at this location when this works. Boom. Bam. We went to the Donphan. I still have to test against Dodrio. I should, if I can kill the Donphan, I probably should be able to kill the Dodrios, but let's go see. I'm going to go ahead and actually, change this for a quick sec, but we can actually I do want to calculate how much XP I am gaining at both spots, and I'm gonna do that once this reaches level 100, because it will be easier to calculate, and then I'll show you guys. We'll do a whole thing. Let me go ahead and do one more horde, though. One more horde will, yeah, try the Dodrio. Make sure I can one-shot Dodrio. If I one-shot Donphan, I should be able to kill Dodrio, hopefully. We're almost level 100, so if I can't, we're gonna be in a really sticky situation. Boom, we one-shot the Dodrios. Okay, beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. Heck yeah, dude, that's sick. Dodrio's dead, Donphan's dead, and like 2,000 XP or so per each Pokemon. Rampardos level 100. It's fantastic. Okay, what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go put away every Pokemon except for one Pokemon, probably my Deino, I guess, and then just go test the XP at both spots. Just to give you guys an idea of the difference of what a buff it is, honestly, to see for myself. And whenever I use lucky eggs, if I get them, or if I ever get XP charms in the future, keep in mind that buff is that like XP difference is going to be exacerbated exponentially. All right, let me qualify by saying I hope I didn't oversell this spot too much. It is the best XP training spot in the game, but I think it's only the best by a couple hundred XP. It might not even be like a 1,000 difference, but I could be mistaken. But that really matters. Like, I have to XP train for so many hours on this account. If you're getting a few hundred, even like two, if the difference is 200 more XP per horde, That's a massive difference. Like that, it's very small per horde, but it's really, really, really going to add up, okay? Keep in mind, the XP that I'm gaining here is 75% of the total XP on this horde, so if you're training in a different way or doing something, you know, a little different, you can actually get different amounts or a bit more, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and surf this down and see the XP that goes onto our Deino is the number we're looking for. The new spot that we have access to gets us about 6,000. That's way more, right? So that's crazy. At the Tentacruel spot, we were gaining about that much XP when we got 100% of the XP, right? When we got 100% of the XP on Rampardos, we were getting about 6,500 XP. If we're getting 6,000, that's only 75% of the XP from that horde, because 25% of it is going to Rampardos due to the XP amplifier. If using XP shares, the calc is also different. You really want to be using Ramplifiers here. But let's go test. Finally, let's go EQ. I'm going to go switch the choice band and stuff. Let's go test at the Tentacruels one last time. Also, I think this is kind of cool, but a fun fact is if you are using a Pokemon, we'll have to calc it to be totally sure, but I believe if you're using a Pokemon, like if I was XP training a Pikachu, for example, with Discharge, or if I was XP training, if I had a Pokemon that also needed to gain some XP in the lead of my party and I was XP training that, it might still be better to XP train here, which is kind of interesting because then you have to actually decide where you want to XP train based on what you're training, and it's a lot more engaging of gameplay. And I think PokeMMO really actively tries to do that a lot of the time. They want to make you make active decisions on, hey, where should I go grind? What should I go do? And it all depends on what you want, your setup, etc., what you have access to. So let's go ahead and try this. We put the choice band on this thing, I believe. Yep. So at the other spot, we got 5965 XP. As long as we get less here, that's, you know, that's ideal. I'm guessing we get like 5,200 here. Let's see. That's about 4,800. Wow. So I was more incorrect than I realized. It is a 1,000 XP difference. That's insane. Yeah, I'm getting 1,000 more XP per horde over in Johto. That is a massive buff. 1,000 XP per horde. That means that every, wow. So if it's 6,000 XP, right? That means that every 6 Sweet Scents, which is 1 inventory, every 1 inventory of Sweet Scents, I'm essentially saving myself a full Sweet Scent of time, which is anywhere for about 30 seconds, I want to say. So every full inventory of Sweet Scents, we save about 30 seconds. It wouldn't surprise me if we're saving about, I think it makes sense, 10 minutes every hour of XP training. We are saving about, not 10, a bit more than 10%, right? Like a fair, like about 15% or something like that of our time. We're saving a lot more time. I don't know the math. I'm terrible at math, but we're going to save a lot of time XP training at this new spot. I'm going to go ahead and just do this for a little bit, just for some indeterminate amount of time to celebrate that I have access to this, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after. But we are starting with our Deino level 42, our Medicham level 65, and our Crawdaunt level 38. All right, after XP training for about exactly an hour, here is level 80 on my Medicham. That makes him raid ready for 99% or maybe like 90% of raids. Most raids, level 80 is going to be high enough. Let's go ahead and see that little proc. Boom. Beautiful. We also got up to level 63 on Zweilous. You know what? Zweilous is literally 1 horde away from becoming a Hydreigon. I guess we can stay here for 1 more encounter. And then my Crawdaunt got to level 61. We'll get Hydreigon here in 1 more click. And then there is the Hydreigon evolution. I still can't believe I have this thing. Like, the 5x31 modest is just ridiculous. All right, I took a break, came back many hours later, and it's time for some more XP training. I even have a timer set in the bottom left-hand corner. I've XP trained for at least 1 hour in this episode, and I like to try to do 5 as a goal. I'm going to go ahead and put this, first things first, put the Medicham away. It's only level 80. I could keep going higher, but 80 is enough for like 90% of raids. If I need to get it higher, we can do that in the future. I'd rather get everything up to level 80 or so first, and then go to hundreds from there if I need to. But as you can see, there are so many Pokemon in my boxes that need to be leveled up. Like, it's kind of scary, which is why it's so important that I unlocked this spot and why I was pushing to unlock this XP training spot for so long. So you know what? We better get started. I'm starting this session with my Hydreigon at now level 64, my Crawdaunt at level 61, and this Pinsir I'm going to go ahead and start XP training. It'll be good for Darkrai and other certain type raids. It's a decent backup physical attacker, or just a bug type, as well as can be sort of a fighting type, even though it's not a fighting type. It just hits really hard. It's a cool Pinsir. We're going to start with a level 27, so he'll gain a ton of XP. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to start the timer. This will help us keep track of how many hours of XP training we do throughout the episode. I want to be upfront with you guys that this episode is very much turning into sort of a grindy episode, and that's just the reality of PokeMMO. Not every episode is super exciting. We're not always doing something super cool and super new, like completing the Pokedex. However, we do have some exciting things lined up. Don't get me wrong. I do want to go catch that Alpha Tyranitar. I'm kind of holding that for the time being, and I want to attempt the red fight, not even refight, but I want to attempt the red fight without any strategy. That's my current goal. You see, the first time I ever did the big red fight, which if you don't know, is just some giant NPC, like very difficult PVM fight. The first time I did it on the main account, I used something called the ×6 Wobbuffet strategy, where basically if you just click counter and mirror code correctly, which is really easy to do, you could defeat red with just 6 Wobbuffets. It was really stupid and really, really silly. That strategy has since been nerfed since, you know, years since Red's been in the game now. 2 years, which is kind of crazy to think. Johto's been in the game for about 2 years now, which is wild. I'm going to try to beat Red blind at first. And if I lose, then we'll actually go build out a proper strategy. But I don't know the guides. I don't know the strategies, even though I have 10,000 hours in this game, because it's still just new enough to where I haven't really had a reason to go rebattle it after the initial launch Wobbuffet strategy. All right, I paused my timer, but I've been at this for about 2 hours now, man. Pretty happy with that. Really consistent XP training. And Hydreigon's up to level 82, Crawdont up to 77, and Pinsir's come a really long way. Pinsir up to 68, but as you can see, it's pretty crazy how long it takes to XP train all these Pokemon. To be fair, I didn't notice actually, Crawdont is one of the slowest XP training Pokemon in PokeMMO. I didn't know that. It's up there with Breloom, requiring 1.64 million XP to level 100. I never knew Crawdont was that slow leveling. That's super interesting. Anyways, I'm going to toss the Hydreigon over in my boxes. He's basically done. Once again, level 80 is mostly all you need. I'm going to grab something else. I think I want to go for this Honchkrow. Not 1,000. Maybe like the Flygon for what's it called can honestly wait. I kind of want to go the Honchkrow for the red refight, or the red fight itself. I haven't not the refight quite yet. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We'll train the Honchkrow at least up to 80. All right, I've now been at it for about, what is that, 2.5 hours? My math is terrible, but that's okay. We got our Crawdont up to level 81. I'm going to pop that in the box, grab something else. Our Pinsir's up to level 74, Honchkrow up to level 70. This feels like really chill, man. I'm honestly enjoying making this progress. I've needed to do this for a very, very long time. It's one of those things where, you know what, I'm really enjoying the casual progress of just all this XP training. If you're feeling the urge, feeling the motivation, take advantage of it. All right, that is level 80 on my Pinsir. I'm going to go plop him outside the PC and go get something else really quick. But now we only have an hour left on the timer, which that feels pretty cool to knock that off the list pretty soon. And obviously feels nice to like take advantage of this spot now that we've unlocked it. This will also be a good episode to go ahead and crank our hours up on the account. Not that I'm doing so intentionally, it's just kind of what I gotta do. I have a lot of Pokemon to XP train, and it takes a lot of time on the Iron. And I definitely underestimate / kind of forget about it. I mean, it takes like 3 to 5 hours, probably 3 hours or so, 3 to 4, it depends, to level up like one Pokemon all the way up to level 100. So if I want to level up like all these Mons, it's a ridiculous amount of time. Thankfully, level 100 is not needed for like 90% of things in PokeMMO. So just level 80, we keep going. And next up, I can't believe I forgot about it, but I still have my Blastoise over here. That is perfect. This is a absolutely perfect Pokemon to go ahead and XP train. I can then use it in gym reruns once I get it further along. Once it's up to like level 80 or so, maybe 86 at least ideally. Blastoise not as strong, like Water Spout Blastoise not as strong as Typhlosion, but still quite good. I think since I'm also leveling such high-level Pokemon, I probably can go ahead and throw my Breloom over in the PC. I actually kept it in my party for a while simply because I wanted to make sure if I ran into a shiny that I could catch it appropriately since these Pokemon are so high level. But I think that some leveling such high-level Mons, like Magnezone's probably tanky enough, even level 61. Like, it's probably fine. It might be a little sketchy if I run into a shiny, but even if it's like a shiny Dodrio, right? Breloom's gonna get obliterated, so it's not like it even helps that much. Let's just go ahead and throw our Breloom over here for now and go grab one more thing to XP train. What else could we do? Maybe like a Rhyperior. Heracross still level 80, it's level 67. That's a good range to go ahead and finish it up at a gym rerun. I kind of like that. We could do our Scizor. Scizor was used quite a bit in raids in the past. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Scizor. We'll finish off or I could finish off like the Primeape level 78. Volcarona 72 to 78. There's a few things we could like top if we want to. You know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea of topping off a Pokemon really quick and get it finished because we're getting towards the end of the hour anyway. It's getting pretty late. It's about 11:30 p.m. anyway. I don't think I'll XP train for a ton more tonight, so let's just finish a few things off. Also, I can't believe I almost missed this, but 30,000 encounters, dude. There it is. I mean, technically, I'm around like 39,000 or whatever, once again, if you include the GC numbers. But for all intensive purposes, on the new official encounter counter in PokeMMO, 30,000, dude. That feels pretty cool to see that. It'll be really cool to see when we get our first shiny now with the new encounter counter. It will always track how many encounters it was gotten at. I also really like that I started the Iron Man account just early enough to where I have like 3 or 4 shinies that don't have that encounter number. That will be looked back at, in my opinion, in the history, you know, in the future of PokeMMO, it'll be looked back at as sort of a historical change and sort of a benchmark in shinies going forward. All right, I almost forgot one more thing. We should actually go check our Daycare in Johto. Since I'm actually going to be doing all of my XP training now in Johto as opposed to Hoenn, the Daycare situation kind of needs to be changed up. I need to make sure that there are tons of Pokemon in my Johto Daycare that are getting the free XP from all the XP training I'll do within the region, since the XP you gain on your Daycare Pokemon is dependent on which region you're gaining the XP in. So if I have Johto Pokemon in the Daycare, I gain XP on the, or if I train in Johto, right? And if I train in Hoenn, I gain the XP there in Hoenn. You only gain XP, from my understanding, if you train within that region specifically. So we're gonna go throw in. Let's see. I want to keep the Blastoise around for now. I want to throw something in there that I won't need for a while, that I can healthily forget about, but I want to get a lot of XP on. Unfortunately, the other problem is you want it to be high enough level to where it won't like relearn or learn over moves that you need to have access to. So there's a lot of things you kind of have to factor in with stuff like this. I'm going to move this down like this and this like this. I think I am going to go ahead and go throw my Golbat. It's so low level, though. It's scary. There's a lot, honestly, a lot to consider when you throw something into the Daycare like this. It's going to be in there for quite a while. The reality is, most likely anything I throw in there is going to need to be fixed with a fair bit of heart scales, and that's just kind of is what it is sort of situation. I'm going to move all these Pokemon over here for now, so I know to pick them back up when I go back to XP training in Johto. I was going to pause my timer for the time being, since I'm not technically XP training. All right, I have the 2 Pokemon I want to put in there. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Dugtrio in there, since I shouldn't need a high-level Arena Trap Pokemon anytime immediately soon, and I'll probably get this done pretty quickly. I honestly really should have checked this prior to all of this XP training, but hey, man, it is what it is. I also wanted to see, do I have any Pokemon staying with her? And I don't think that I do. My text is actually gone because of yeah, I definitely don't, because I can put 2 in there. You can put 2 Pokemon in each Daycare. I couldn't even tell because my text is gone from my custom string, so that is one negative there of having those custom strings. But now we have 2 Pokemon in there. I think they gain about 10% or so. I have a video covering these details and covering the Daycare in more details and more, you know, depth if you want to see that. I think it's probably literally one of the most underrated powerful tools in PokeMMO when it comes to main accounts, Iron Man, like whatever your type of account is. The Daycare is probably underrated. It's such a passive way to get Pokeyen, to get experience. You have to play it carefully and you have to play it smart on a main account, because some things you do have to pay 1,000 Pokeyen per level, right? So some things it's not worth to pay that much Pokeyen per level. You literally won't make a profit, right? So make sure you pick appropriately. But now we have that taken care of, that preparation, we can go ahead and start our timer and get back to proper XP training. All right, and there's level 80 on the Primeape. Let's put him away and grab a new Mon. I could grab the mediocre level 64 PDM Starmie, but why not just grab the better one down here? It's kind of easy to forget this. Or, ooh, even more tempting, excuse me, I could grab the level 72 Volcarona, get that up to level 80 and complete. Probably going to head to bed in about absolutely 2 minutes anyway, but here is level 80 on the Honchkrow. That's a nice another milestone. We finished a fair bit of Pokemon, honestly, up to level 80. Feel pretty good about that. I'll probably finish the extra 30 minutes or so tomorrow morning. But for now, in goes the Honchkrow, out comes the Starmie. I know I only set the timer for 5 hours total, but tomorrow might end up being an absolutely perfect day to do some XP training. It kind of depends. We'll see how it plays out, but tomorrow is Sunday. It's football day. NFL season starts tomorrow at the time of recording. I'm sure you guys are seeing this many, many weeks later, obviously. I'm a big Baltimore Ravens fan. They play the Bills tomorrow at like 8 p.m., so it's pretty late in the day. Very, very excited for that. Good luck to everybody who's watching. Good luck to your teams this NFL season, except if you're a Steelers fan. I'm sorry. That's the one I gotta put it in there. You know, Bengals, Joe Burrow, good luck to you guys. I would love to see him pop off. Browns, no ill will. Steelers fans, you know what you did. All right. Oh, but I'm absolutely exhausted. That is 4 hours of XP training done today. I probably played PokeMMO for like 8 hours today or something crazy. I played a fair bit today, man, on a Saturday, which is not like normally I'm editing or doing other things for my other channels, or like I'm doing other things. I'm not usually playing this much PokeMMO on a Saturday, but today I just had the urge to play. I wanted to play. I wanted to have fun, and we did a pretty damn good job in my opinion. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, or tomorrow, probably, honestly, middle of the day or something like that. I'll see you tomorrow for more XP trading, most likely. That's almost a certain. All right, good morning. It is Sunday morning. Happy to see you guys. I told you I would see you guys, but I don't know if I'll be able to see you guys for as long as I expected to today. Today is going to be quite busy. I'm just having a really fun day IRL, to be totally honest with you. I'm actually going to something called Cat Video Fest with my wife at about 10 a.m. So we're going to go to a movie theater and watch cat videos on a movie theater screen for about 90 minutes. Yes, is that the cringiest thing ever? Yeah, but you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun with my wife, okay? And then secondly, we're going to get like a fast food breakfast. And then thirdly, I'm going to come home and watch football all day. So honestly, this is kind of the perfect Sunday post Saturday where I ended up, playing a ton and doing a lot of other things. Now we get to actually go out there in the real world, be a human and have fun. So make sure you guys do that too. This is not really a clip I would normally put in the Iron Man recaps or progress episodes, but I think it's important to show you guys, since we spend so much time together, the true reality of like playing a game for a ton of hours. I think it's good to do that. I think some people are too intuitively or too inherently against doing things at anything, honestly, for a ton of hours. If somebody sees you doing anything for a lot of hours, they're usually against it. But as long as you're out there having fun and living somewhat of you can still live a balanced life while also being obsessed with something and being really into something and being like wanting to be an expert. It's how you become good at anything, right? It's just enough hours. So don't let people talk you down too much, but also know your own limits, listen to yourself sort of situation. Thanks for listening to this little small ramble today. I'm gonna do whatever XP training I can before we have to peace out, but it's probably not too much. All right, here comes the end of the timer. I've officially XP trained for 5 hours already in this episode. I'm really, really happy with that. I adjusted the timer at one point. That's why it says 108. I just kind of recorrected it because I stepped away from my monitor for 2 seconds or so, it was more longer than I wanted to, and I wanted to not cut down on the time too much. So I actually added some time at one point. But yeah, 5 hours or so of XP training, tons of Pokemon up to level 80 now, tons of things achieved. This Blastoise started level 39, now up to level 59. Everything getting XP a bit slower, but it's because we're leveling 4 Pokemon at once now. For example, our Volcarona up to level 77, our Starmie up to 59, Magnezone once again 72. Let's go check all the different mons we did actually get up to level 80 though in this episode. For example, the Hydreigon, that was this episode, the Honchkrow, the Medicham, what else? There's been plenty of things, The Primeape we got up to level 80, that's new. The Pinsir was from like all the way from level 39 or so all the way up to 80. But you know what? It's NFL Sunday, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep on XP training. Once again, starting with our Blastoise, level 59. Would love to see that get up to like 86-ish, like mid-80s. Magnezone almost level 80. Volcarona almost level 80. And Starmie needs a while to go still. Going to go ahead and set a new timer as well in the bottom left. If we're XP training, we might as well keep track of how long we're doing it for. If I can get multiple 5-hour sessions of XP training in one episode, that's repeatable progress. Volcarona just got level 80. That's a huge Pokemon complete, but you know what that means. In the box it goes. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and pull out this Scizor, good bug type attacker for upcoming Halloween dark type raids. Magnezone just got level 80. You guys know what it means. Do I even need to show you every time now? It just keeps happening so much. What if I went ahead and just organized all of my Pokemon and showed you guys exactly all of the different Pokemon that I could XP train? I think that would be a lot more visually clean. And then I can move all of the completed leveled up Pokemon down here. Obviously, I haven't been doing this for the majority of this episode. I could move things over retroactively, and I wasn't going to, but after looking at it and thinking about it, you know what? I think it'd be nice to see the progress. Look how barren this box looks right now. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, over here, we can see these are all the mons I've leveled up so far in the episode, I believe. That might be missing some. I think that's everything, though, if I recall correctly. We have a lot more. Look, this is why I needed to unlock this spot so bad, is because there's so much XP training that has to get done. I could sit here for days and never run out of Pokemon. But for now, we're going to go ahead and keep getting these things up to around level 80 or so. I need to grab a new Pokemon. Let's grab... You know what? I need to do some Everstone farming coming up here kind of soon. This Claydol is not quite where I want it to be, level 68. It's a little low. I'd like it to be up towards the level 80 mark as well. Let's just train a utility Pokemon for now. All right, pausing the timer for a little bit because I did just finish some leveling. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Scizor over here. The Scizor and Starmie are both now level 80. I don't know if I showed the Blastoise and the Claydol. I don't remember, but those are also both level 80. Some new Pokemon being added over here. I'm going to go ahead and now switch things up a little bit, not count this as XP training until the timer in the bottom left is stop. It's at 2 hours and 9 minutes. So I have already done 3 more hours. I've done 8 hours of XP training, almost 8 hours of XP training in this one episode. This is what happens when you unlock the best XP training spot in the game. You're excited to abuse it. So, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go set up. I'm going to go do a gym rerun. I'm going to go do a gym rerun now. I'm getting really broke. I want to be able to do it at a good time to where I can still do a gym rerun tomorrow morning on stream on Monday. I can't believe it's still the weekend. I've played so much this weekend, typically compared to what I normally do, but it's been fun. It's been a blast. So just going to keep enjoying it while I do. Going to go grab this Garchomp. I always enjoy it, obviously, but sometimes you enjoy it a little more. You know what I'm saying? We're going to grab this. And we're still going to grab one Pokemon to go ahead and go XP train while we do our gym run. And I want to pick something low level so we can just go ahead and level it up for a long time and do it through the whole run, essentially. All right, but before my gym run begins, one quick major purchase. My Rampardos, my special attack Rampardos is now using my choice specs that my Jimmy Run Typhlosion usually uses, and you need 2 choice specs anyway to properly do a Jimmy Run. This entire time I've only been using 1 specs and then 1 on Charcoal Fire, but instead I'm going to go ahead and go buy, I have the saved up, BP, so I'm going to finally go ahead and go buy myself a second choice specs item. That's going to do wonders in the future, allow me to have a little bit more flexibility with where I keep my specs, as well as have double specs for this fight, as well as usually in some event stuff, you need double choice specs as well. So since I have the BP stored up, I spent 10,000 of it. There we go. There's an extra choice specs that we have now. We should have 2 choice specs on the account in total. And part of me is thinking, should I spend more BP and buy some other items? But I think I'm just going to go ahead and wait. I don't need to rush these things. When the event season comes around and strats are developed for whatever is different this year, I'd rather have the flexibility than be locked into those choices. But over to the gym rerun we go, and fun fact, this is going to be gym rerun number 40 on the account, so that's kind of a cool milestone. No, does it really mean anything? No, not really, but it feels pretty darn cool. I'm going to pop my amulet coin, XP amplifier is started, and just get to work. I am XP training. I'm starting around 800,000 Pokeyen, first things first, and then I am XP training this Weezing, second thing second. Current level 51, really good PvP Weezing, step 1, and then also it's going to be a really good Shiny Hunter if I ever want to go for Zorua. Kind of unlikely, and then it could be used in some sort of PVM, but it's usually for pretty niche things. It is a utility Pokemon, a PvP Pokemon, and occasionally PVM, but not really. Let's just go ahead and get them leveled up to 80 or so. That'll give us most metrics. All right, I missed this gym counting on the amulet coin by a few seconds, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm watching football, getting my Jimmy run done. Still good progress. Got our Weezing up to level 71 and went from around 800,000 Pokemon up to 1,042,000. And you know what? I think it's enough gaming for Football Sunday, at least for the time being. I'm going to see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe later today. We'll just see how it plays out. Thanks for watching all this weekend progress, though. Progress like this isn't always the flashiest thing to show you guys or the flashiest thing to watch, but it is integral to the PokeMMO experience and lets you guys know how I got to this moment. When I'm doing raids, when I'm doing the pumpkin boss during the Halloween event, you guys will know how I got there, how much work and effort, and that moment when I defeat the pumpkin boss on hard mode or on easy mode, or defeat all the raids or possibly get Darkrai. Those payoffs are going to be that much more intense because you spent these 764 hours with me. I cannot thank you enough for that. All right, it's a few hours later. Quick update. The Baltimore Ravens lost by 1 point because we missed an extra point kick. Don't really feel like XP training anymore. But it was fun while it lasted, fellas. Shout out to Josh Allen, threw some fucking insane darts in the second half. I don't know what happened in the middle of that halftime, but bro must have sat down and had a conversation with Archeops because he came out of that tunnel and just threw some of the most perfectly placed passes I've ever seen. So you know what, dude? Fair enough. Well played. GG's. For real though, I will see you guys tomorrow morning on a Monday early stream, and that should be a ton of fun. We'll get things started for the week. I can't believe I played this much on a weekend. Alrighty, fellas, another beautiful day on the Iron Man account today. We're going to be mostly doing a ton of grinding today. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a grinding episode. I am going to go ahead and pop an amulet coin and start my Jimmy run, get some Pokeyen. We're starting at 1,042,000 Pokeyen and a Roserade that's at level 45, okay? I've been doing a tremendous amount of XP training now that I've unlocked the best XP training spot in the entire game. Now, the one exciting thing and cool thing that I do want to do today, I do want to go catch my alpha static Tyranitar spawn. Maybe breed it up. Maybe EV train it, maybe turn it into amazing raid Pokemon, okay? We're going to see. But I am really excited. I am really excited for that TTar catch. I think it's guaranteed. It's either guaranteed 3 or 4 times 31. I forget. Might be 3 times. I'm not sure. It's a very cool catch. It's the only... You get 1 catch of it on your entire account. That's it. So we're going to be catching a Pokemon we literally only get to catch once today. So I'm pretty excited for that. Other than that, it'll be a fair bit of just grinding. Just the PokeMMO experience. Waiting for event season. Waiting for updates. All right, that is the gym rerun done, up to 1,275,000 Pokeyen. Rose Red level 67, pretty good progress there. We could just go XP train, but you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and get prepped for that Tyranitar catch. I don't remember exactly where that Tyranitar is in the mountain in Mount Silver. I haven't even entered Mount Silver yet. I have literally like, I sit outside at the PC and I XP train there constantly, and I've already spent like 10 plus hours at Mount Silver, but I haven't actually gone inside the cave not a single time. Haven't gone in the cave a single time. So we're gonna get our little catching Pokemon team prepped and make sure we catch as many of the TTars as we possibly can. Make sure we have all the Pokeballs we need, etc, etc, etc. Just get prepared and head inside and delve inside this cave today. Alrighty, fellas, it is time for us to venture into Mount Silver for the first time on the Iron Man account. I've literally never done this. We have our boy Huryu, who I believe is guiding us around. I'm gonna need some HMs. I don't have any of the HMs required, so I'm gonna go grab my Dragonite first things first. All right, back in the cave we go. We're just following our King Huryu, who's carrying the streamer as per usual. Where is he going to take us? How far is it? I haven't gone to this encounter in a long time. I haven't gone this way in the cave in a very, very long time. Thank you for the Prime. Mosquito for real. Thank you so much. I'm assuming we go up here. There's no other way. This is the only... Look at this little epic little staircase. Short trip. Here it is. Oh, it's actually sick. We can also, like, leave and come back here pretty easily. First things first, I want to make sure I catch all the baby Tyranitars. Like, that's really, really important. Thank you so much, Huryu, for guiding me. I can get back and forth here now if I need to. I'm going to first things first catch all the baby Tyranitars. These also have, I believe, 2 times 31 guaranteed. Level 80. So, yeah, this is going to be like, we get like at least 3 or 4 2 times 31 Tyranitars, if I recall correctly. And then we also, with hit ability access, we also get the alpha, which is 3 times. We get a lot of really good Tyranitars here. I'm very excited for this. This will be very, very important for breeders, and we need a good Tyranitar for the Pumpkin hard mode. So it's literally like perfect timing. Like we're lucky that this is the reward exactly, you know? I don't want to Seed Bomb here in case it kills. I'm a little scared of that. I want to make sure I can catch all of them. It's very, very important. We're just going to False Swipe. Yeah, that's totally fine. It might be a really long encounter, but we should be fine. We can also Spore Sub if I really want to like stall damage, but we should be fine. I'll hopefully see you guys with this first catch. All right, beautiful. Here's our first catch. Let's check it out. Level 80 Tyranitar, hidden ability access, timid, 2 times 31 in Sp.Atk and defense, and also 25 attack. Very relevant. So it's so good, dude. The IVs are, it's actually like so insane. All right, onto baby TTar. Every single one of these catches is just phenomenal, dude. Every single one of these TTars is basically an alpha. Like it's a guaranteed 2 times 31. That's so insane, man. On to catch. This one's female. That's really good. All right, here's TTar catch number 2. I did Seed Bomb it at first and see if you could. It did kill it, so I had to like run back out of the cave and run back in. It did respawn. I know that whenever you kill one of these, they do just respawn. 2 times 31 attack and HP. Beautiful stat placement. Perfect. We're safe. Is there another one? There's 3. Okay, there's 3. I wasn't sure there was a 4th one like on the other side, but it's 3 walls. So we're gonna catch this last baby TTar, and then comes the big alpha catch. All right, here is our 3rd and final baby Tyranitar catch. It's funny to call them. They're just non-alphas, not really babies, but 2 times 31 guaranteed. 3 times 31. We even high rolled an extra stat. Sp.Def, Sp.Atk, and HP. This is a weird. I keep getting like modest and timid Tyranitars. That's so interesting. Can you synchronize alphas? No, you cannot. Good question, though, to see if you wanted to synchronize the Tyranitar. All right. Now begins the Tyranitar catch. I should have enough PP, I believe. I only have 4 spores, actually. I might want to go heal up for this. Or at least, like... Do I have, like, an elixir? Like, an ether or something like that? I don't usually normally use it for anything else, so you know what? I'll use it for this. There we go. Let's go ahead. Start the encounter. Once again, this is the only catch we get of this on the account. We'd love to see it be a female. Being a female is huge. It's okay. It's male. It's okay. It's okay. We can breed it with other female Tyranitars. That's okay. We can make it work. No shiny. Yeah, scam game. True, true, true. Part of me really wants to superpower this to see if it kills. Because it's 4 times effective. But I think if it kills, it'd be really annoying. It wouldn't be that bad. I would just run out of the cave and back in. I died anyway, so never mind. We still the skill swap off in case it has the Wild Might Alpha mechanic, which I assume it does, but I'm honestly not even sure. I want to go Garchomp here to chip it down just a little bit. Just go. I don't even know if I want to EQ it because it might. I think it lives. It's level 100. This should live. Yeah, only 30%. Yeah, this should live. Beautiful. So we're gonna EQ it like once and then die. Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry for breathing your same air, Alpha Tyranitar. My mistake. Holy shit. This thing is a lot harder catch than I realize. I probably should lock in a bit and take it a bit more seriously. This thing's doing damage. I'm gonna go. Okay. With Breloom, we can theoretically like permanently stall. So if I go Breloom and outspeed, I can go Spore. I probably should have gone Dragonite like first and like spammed a few Pokeballs to lower its stats. But if I do this, I can go this Spore. I can then sub. And then go for like, I want to try Seed Bomb. I don't think Seed Bomb will kill. We can chip it down via that. Don't insta-wake. No insta-wake up huge. With Spore and sub and Poison Heal, you can infinitely sustain as long as you do like don't run a PP. Seed Bomb is 26%. Okay. So we can Seed Bomb it one more time, get it to red HP, and then catch from there. Okay. This shouldn't, like, it shouldn't be the hardest. It's probably a lot easier than a lot of other alpha catches, to be honest. But it's still just, like, intense because you only get one chance. Or not one chance. If you kill it, you could come back. You only get the one catch. Rock Blast to break through the sub is demonous. Holy shit. Well played, you fucking nerd. Holy crap. Okay, so we can't infinitely sustain against this. Wow. That's a big deal. That's actually a huge deal. All right, it's turn 11. He's asleep, 14% HP. It's time to throw our first timer ball, okay? If he rock blasts me, it's a little scary. Breaks through sub, chips me. Come on. I'm just the luckiest. I'm the luckiest Iron Man to ever play the game. The first timer ball is insane. Let's see it. Show me the stats. Calm Nature is not good. That's okay. 3 times 31. Attack. What are these weird special attacking Tyranitars? Like, almost all of them had a Sp.Atk IV. Okay, we go for 6 times 31. That's fine. 20 plus into the stats. 3 times 31. 31 speed. 31 attack. 31 speed. Still very fucking good. Can we breed? What's the best TTar we could breed right now? I don't know. We could probably do 4 times 31. Let's go see how far we could take this. All right, here are our 4 beautiful Tyranitars. 2 are female, 2 are male. Now it just comes down to how do I pair these up properly. Okay, also the other thing is, I just realized I really want to keep my Tyranitar Alpha. This is the only Alpha Tyranitar I will ever get on the account. I don't think it's worth breeding off the alphaness. Even though it's just for visual, it's just for collector's purposes, it's just for aesthetic. Hilariously, one of the rarest shinies you could get on an Iron Man account would be a shiny alpha, a Shalfa Tyranitar. Shalfa Tyranitar might legitimately be one of the rarest shinies you could possibly get on an Iron Man account. So I'm going to keep in mind. For sure. It's kind of an interesting idea. All right, I think our first breed, I am going to go ahead and consume my 3 times 31 Ditto. I think it's worth it. I want to keep it an alpha. I want to, once I make it female as well, it'll be a lot easier to have. This is a really cool like collector's piece and collector's challenge on the account, is going for a 6 times 31 Alpha Tyranitar. Would be such a cool flex on the account. And I think it's what, yeah. And then I'll basically make this 6 times 31 one. It probably won't be what I need for the pumpkin boss, but it depends. If we can get it there, that'd be phenomenal, but I kind of doubt it. And then I'll end up breeding another Tyranitar, not alpha, obviously, for the pumpkin boss. That's my guess. This is just something that I feel like it's one of those things, one of those challenges you just feel like you got to do. Does that make sense? There's certain things where you're like, I gotta do this. It's something that's so cool, that's so unique to the Iron Man account. This feels like it's what it's all about, you know? I'm gonna go grab the brace and go get this breed started. All right, this breed's gonna look beautiful. I have to make sure I make this female. If I didn't make this female, it'd be a huge mistake. Make it female, 4 times 31. Yup, that's it. Hope for a nature roll. Hope for nature roll and the defense, and the Sp.Atk could high roll if we get or one of them. If one of these high rolls, that'd be amazing. If one of these high rolls, that would be so good. Nature would be cool. What nature are you looking for on a 6 times 31 Tyranitar is honestly a really tough question. Probably like something minus speed would be my guess. But also there's a few things. I think naughty, adamant, lonely would all be good for PVM. I could use it for PVM. Relaxed, quiet, brave would be one of the best ones. Brave, I think a lot of those could work as Sassy and go like Sassy, go 6x31 and go like Assault Gear. There's a lot of things that could work here. Or honestly, we could just not make the Tyranitar mixed. Naive would be good. We could just not make the Tyranitar mixed. Just make it like 6x31 just for the green number for the aesthetic, and then just go like Adamant. Just make it a physical attacker, normal Tyranitar, just with the useless 31 just for the fun project and aesthetic. All right, anyways, our hatch, our Tyranitar is here. Hardy nature, no, that's okay. That's okay, we expected that. That's how it's normally gonna happen. 4x31, no nature. Let's see if I kind of doubt that I have a 4x31 breeder for this. In the monster egg group, is it anything, just monster, male, and has to stay in alpha? I doubt I had something, but let's check. Okay. I think I actually can do this. This was actually like really hard to find in my boxes. So I think I can go ahead and breed this Marowak with this Tropius. Brace the speed on the Tropius, brace the HP on the Marowak, get a 3x31 Pokemon with 31 HP, Sp.Atk, and speed. Then make sure I breed that male. That's very important. Breed that with this Tropius, get them on with HP, defense, Sp.Atk, and speed. Yes, I think this is, then I can pair it up with this and brace the attack here, brace the defense here, get a 5x31. It's gonna be missing Sp.Def. It's gonna be 5x31 missing Sp.Def, but we can at least get this up to 5x31. I don't think we can do 6x31 today. That'll be a different thing, but this will be a 5x31 thing. Yeah, for sure. That's pretty. I'm pretty happy with that. And we'll also just do a normal PVM. This is like a different. This is like almost a collectionist goal. This is a collectionist goal more than a utilitarian goal. I'm gonna do this, and then make sure we do another actual good usable TTar after this. All right, so we're breeding our like flex Tyranitar, the alpha one, right? Now, speaking of an actual utilitarian, like usable TTar, you want to get Pursuit on TTar for PvP. I'd like to build a TTar that is good enough in PvP and PVM. I think you can do both pretty effectively, like pretty offensive and physical stats. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and get, there's an egg move on TTar that's pretty important for PvP in Pursuit. Really important for trapping and getting ghost types. It's really what keeps Dengar in check a lot in PvP from my understanding. So what I need to do is go ahead and get this Cranidos that actually has 1x31 in HP, and then this TTar that has 2x31. I can brace the attack here. Don't even need to brace this. I have to heart scale Pursuit is the only unfortunate kind of annoying thing on, so it costs me some heart scales on Cranidos. But I can absolutely get a Pursuit PvP and PVM Tyranitar in the works. So that feels pretty cool. I don't want to like, I don't want to do too much with this because I don't want to get too many breeds started at once. As you can see, the one breed just hatched, the Tropius. Let's go grab that. But since I'm doing a very complicated alpha TTar breed where it's kind of difficult to keep track of things, I don't want to get too many things started at once. But I should be able to go ahead and start this, honestly. I'll start here and I'll finish this TTar after I'm finished the other one. Let's see. 2x31. Hidden ability doesn't really matter, but sure. Pursuit. That's the important. The egg move. You can hover over it. It'll say egg move known by parent. Make this female. Boom. Beautiful start to an actual usable good PvP and PVM Tyranitar. All right, back to our very complicated breed. The 4x31 Tropius. Let me just make sure. Making it male. This should line up. I can brace attack on Larvitar. Brace defense on Tropius. And everything else should pass over. Yes. Beautiful. Male. Just double checking everything. This is a very expensive breed, so beautiful. There we go. Okay, let me go grab the braces for that as well. It'll be attack and defense, I believe. All right, here's the... Yo! I was gonna say, here's the two breeds. We rolled Adamant. I might try to keep that. I know it's a little awkward. We're kind of early in the breed, but I don't know if I need, like, I'm gonna try to make my defenses, like, roll up. This fucking guy, that's a really good roll. That's a really good roll on this TTar, on that Larvitar. That's the non-flex one that's looking about Bashful, as expected. We're gonna grab that. Okay. Now the real dev luck specialty fucking streamer is Haxing, streamer luck, Keck W, streamer RNG, whatever. The real crazy thing would be if I roll Adamant or like some sort of good nature right now. That would be the real. Okay. Defense brace on this. This is like a once in a lifetime. It unironically is a once in a lifetime breed on the Ironman account. I'm never, once this Tyranitar is 6x31 and eventually correcting age, I'm never breeding it ever again. Like it's done, you know? Make it female. I'm going to put it in a luxury ball because I can't imagine I'm fixing this or finishing this for a very, very long time. It all comes down to this. I'm just hoping that the nature rolls something usable. Most things are usable. Like Brave, Quiet could be usable. Sassy. There's Relaxed. Lonely, Naughty, Adamant. There's a lot of natures that are usable. They're not all amazing, but a lot are usable here. Hoping for something usable there. Okay, I'm trying to make a breeder for this Larvitar, and it's going to be tough if I want to keep the nature, and I do want to keep the nature. I have to make a breeder for this breed, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to start with, I have this Alpha Laron. That's 2 times 31, attack and speed. Very valuable here. And I'm going to breed with this shitty Chikorita. Very not, who cares about bad Pokemon. Very unvaluable. 31 attack, 31 defense, 31 speed. And I'm just going to be like rolling the HP, I guess. It's going to be a very, very weird breed. I'd like to get the Sp.Atk up as well. The Sp.Atk is kind of low here. This is really tough. It's really tough because I actually, this is for like PvP and the Pumpkin, right? Having good Sp.Atk is actually like pretty important. What I would do with this breed is I would be rolling 231s. I'm actually fine with that. I'm not gonna worry about getting the best breeds possible anymore on the iron. I'm gonna throw a little more RNG in our breeds on the iron, I think. Just hope for the best. Next up, this hatch. Did it come out? Are you fucking kidding? That sucks. I literally said that does suck. Also, we low-rolled Sp.Atk to have insult to injury. We low-rolled Sp.Atk and got timid. I said on stream, but forgot to record a clip, so excuse me. I just don't want a minus attack. I'd rather like a neutral nature or anything like that. Damn, the minus attack sucks. That's like the one thing I didn't want to see on this, but that's okay. This isn't usable right now. That's okay. In the future, we'll try to fix it, but I'm gonna need a lot more monster alphas. How many monster alphas do I have in totality? Monster alphas. Maybe I have enough to where maybe I could. I doubt it. I have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4. I've caught like so many alphas. Every alpha I can run into. I have about 4 monster alphas. I don't think it's enough. I don't think they pair up in ways I need. Well, maybe now they do. I can maybe start. 2 of these makes a... I could make a 4 times 31. I'm gonna wait on this. This is gonna sit. We're gonna finish this. Finish one day. We're gonna finish this in the future. Okay, someone in chat said, no joke, a weird mixed Tyranitar is doable. I agree. I love mixed Tyranitar. I love naive or, you know, sassy or brave, something like that for like assault gear. I love slotting on Fire Blast. I love looking up Ice Beam, etc., etc. You're saying if there is timid Tyranitar in these PvP stats, I will eat my words. 8%? Okay, you're a demon. You're a fucking Giga Brain. You're at Nesno in chat. You are 5 billion IQ. What? I love a mixed TTar. What do you mean timid? What the fuck? Where is Spidget? I need a PvP Giga Chad to explain to me what is happening. Now, I still want plus attack for PVM and PvP. Like, I would like to, like, you need the minus attack against the pumpkin boss is gonna hurt. I don't think you can use that. I literally don't think you can beat the boss with that, but we'll see. What is Timid TTar? What is it doing in PvP? The SY Super Old Sand team has Scarf TTar Full Timid. What's the moveset? I love it. I'm interested in learning more. Thank you, Nesno, for the heads up. That's so funny. Send me a straight up Poke Paste. I'm gonna get this on stream as soon as possible. 10 Season Sand by SY. Let me see this. Here, one sec. Sorry, fuck it, we're doing it live, so apologies for the delay, but we do it live. Let me see this fella. Here. Okay, so here's the rest of the team. All right, so we got ourselves Boy Metagross, love that. Stealth Rock Explosion, Conk, love that. Reuniclus, Life Orb, oh my god, Giga Chad, Trick Room team. D-Dance Gyarados on a Trick Room team. I love what this guy's doing. This is heinous, and I love it. Let's see, okay. TTar, let me see this. Tyranitar, Timid. It's full special, dude. Choice Scarf, 252 Sp.Atk, 252 speed, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Power Gem, Flamethrower. This team is fucking sick. Holy shit. Terra type rock. Okay, huge. Wow. What a weird. SY is a Chinese player. I don't know his full tag. This team is so old that it's from before hidden abilities were added. Gotcha. I don't know if it works anymore, but that is pretty crazy. That is pretty interesting. That's so neat. I love. Thanks for the heads up. You learn something new every day in PokeMMO, man. That is a cool piece of information. All right, next up though, the Lairon hatch. Let's see how it came out. Careful nature, 3x31, 24 HP. I think I'm just going to directly pair this with the Larvitar. What brace do I grab from the PC? What brace do I need? This is going to be an RNG heavy. I think speed is the most important here. This is going to be an RNG heavy breed, but that's going to be what makes it fun and exciting. Okay. Yeah. Tyranitar is infamously a Swiss Army knife Pokemon, meaning it can you can build it in a million different ways and do a million different things with it. This is Egg Move, Pursuit, Adamant. We could high roll. There's a 20% chance we could high roll HP, 20% chance to high roll defense. Worst case scenario, they both medium roll to very good number. As long as the defense does not low roll, that's what would really hurt this. I'm gonna go for this. We're gonna go for it. Let's see how it comes out. All right, while we're waiting for our Pursuit usable Tyranitar breed, I'm gonna go ahead and just start breeding up some of my alpha monster egg group mons for the eventual 5x31 TTar. I don't think it's happening today, but for one day in the future, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these prepped. All right, thankfully, because Voiceless is a genius in Twitch chat, this is actually going to save me a whole monster egg group breeder. I can actually, because my Exploud is female, and because Exploud is in 2 different egg groups, monster and field, I can actually just breed him with a field male alpha Pokemon, keeping my Lickilicky for a future monster egg group breed or something of the sort, and then just use a field egg group breeder instead. So we actually can just go ahead and do this, and then do what's the other stat? The Sp.Atk, I believe. Am I missing a brace? I'm missing a brace, but I'll show you guys. This will be a 3x31 monster egg group. I need to figure out what gender I want it to be fair, to try to see if I can match it up with something. Okay, trying to put together these breeds are actually making my brain explode. Instead of the Raichu, I just realized, someone in chat, Voices told me, Nidoqueen is also monster field. So, theoretically, if I have a field egg group breeder that I can get up to 3x31 and match with this, I could just start from there, make a 4x31, and then also make a 4x31 up with the other. It's getting really complicated once you start crossing egg groups like this. I'm going to go ahead and put everything over here that could be usable for this for now over here. Do I want to use this Ditto right now? Probably not. I probably want to make a 3x31 field egg group breeder. So I have to make a breeder for a breeder. We're doing a lot more breeding today than anticipated, but I think it's for a very good cause. I think I might be able to get a 6x31 Larvitar today and have that extra nature roll. And as long as it does not come out minus attack, I'd be very happy with almost any nature. So if I can do that, we're going to try for it. However, in the meantime, our TTar came out, adamant nature. That's okay. We didn't high roll any of the extra 31s. Understandable. We still medium rolled them. We medium rolled HP, medium rolled defense. This is still a very, very, very good Larvitar. I'd like to breed this one more time to get the Sp.Def on it. Let's focus on that first and then go to the Nidoqueen breed. Someone said Nidoqueen is 100% female. So yes and no. You can breed, it's the same. So what happens is if you force the male breed, it just goes into Nidoking. You can make this Pokemon either male or female if you want to, but Nidoqueen can only be female and Nidoking can only be male. But you can change them into the different species upon breeding. It is a good, very specific question to keep in mind. There's so many. Breeding is so complicated in PokeMMO. Breeding on an Iron Man is 10 times, if not 100 times more complicated. Okay, it turns out getting a breeder for this Tyranitar, Larvitar, is causing massive problems. I just have very, 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 very few monster Pokemon in my boxes with any sort of good stats. This is one of the best ones I could find. A fucking Aeron with 20 plus HP, 20 plus, but this is the best I could find. This is actually so insanely hard. So what I first have to do is breed this Aeron with this Ditto, placing the brace on like this. And then, so that's going to look like this. 20 plus and a bunch of stats. Sure. I think I come out whatever genders I'm with Dittos from this point forward, I'm pretty sure. Then I don't need this Ditto. Then I breed this Aeron with this Ditto, and that's going to make it... I'm going to brace the HP, brace the speed. Yup, okay, this should be good. So we're going to have a 31 speed with high HP. I'm trying to get to the point, but I'll also have to put 31 attack onto it if I want to keep the attack. I might just end up rolling the attack to like 30, 31 instead of... I would like to keep the green number, but I don't think it's going to be worth it, even though it looks pretty, if that makes sense. That's kind of where I'm at. This has been a very, very difficult breed, but it's gonna work out, I believe. We need a speed brace for this Ditto in this next breed. And then we can put this away. We don't need this. We can put this away. We're gonna end up today with a 5x31, at least right now, Alpha Tyranitar. Would like to try to make that 6 times, and then a usable... We're gonna end up with multiple good TTars today. It's gonna cost us a lot of time, a lot of good Pokemon, and a lot of Poke-Yen. But hey, man, that's the Iron Man account. That is what it is, okay? I need to make sure I make this male as well after this next breed. While that's hatching, I think I do want to start looking for a Nidoqueen breeder. I think we have to do something very, very sad. It's the same... Yeah, it's the same way I bred my catch event winning Corsola. This is the first ever alpha caught on the account. Level 40, Route 9, on 5/13. 1 day after the account was created, I managed to catch my first ever alpha on it. And I think now I'm going to go ahead and consume this for a breed. It hurts. I'd prefer to not do it if possible, but it is for the greater good of the account. It's going to save me. Otherwise, it's just sitting in the PC doing nothing. So, like, you know, it's tough. I think it's worth it. It's going to hurt a little bit, but I think it's for the better of the account. I think it's the right decision. We are pretty utilitarianist on this. We do want to make things productive. Not everything, but pretty, you know, pretty goal-orientated. Let's see how this would come out. It's just too beautiful. It would come out 4x31. I could make it male or female, depending on what I need. Yeah, the other benefit, I get to record these things forever, which I really like. So I have it in recording and in evidence and in, you know, what's the word? Like, cataloged forever, documented forever. I need to, before I go through with this, I do want to make sure I can make another 4x31. Because I have to have 2 different 4x31s to make a 5x31. So before I go through with this breed, I probably will go through with it, but I need to get another breed ready first. Okay, we're going to need multiple 4x31s anyway, so now we're back to the Exploud and Raichu breed. I think I can confidently go ahead and go through with this. I'm going to make this, I believe, female. I have, yeah, because then I could breed it with male field aid. Yes, I want to make this female because I could breed it with male field aid group breeders or use, I have a few other male monsters, but that should be good. We do have a hatch. Let's see what it was. I forgot what we're even breeding. I'm getting so distracted. Yeah, we're still trying to breed the good non-alpha Larvitar, but I'm also starting to breed for the alpha. We're getting a little convoluted here. Let me grab that Aeron. We need to breed 1x31 speed on that right now. Let's grab that into our party. We're speed bracing this, HP bracing this, I believe. HP bracing this. I already have one, but whatever. More braces, whatever. Okay, and then this should come out. We need to make this pair with this, so it makes me male. This should come out like this. Yes, I think this is the best we can do. Make it male. The problem is I'd really like to breed 31 attack on it as well. Oh, man, this is tough. The question becomes, do I just accept the fact that... Do I just give up the hope of 31 attack and just go for like 25 plus attack? That's what the question becomes on my TTar. I think that might be worth it. It's really close. It's really tough. I think it's for the... But I already have the 1x31. It's so sad. Never give up. It's so hard. Like, what do you value on the Iron Man account? So do I just breed this female then and breed it up again? Do I have anything to breed it up again after this? Probably not. This is a Pursuit TTar. I think 25 plus attack is going to be plenty. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to do this. I think 20... I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be 27 plus most likely. Call me a loser. I'm going to go for it. I think we'll have plenty of attack on our Tyranitar. Hopefully. I think it'll be good. Chad is bringing up another super relevant point to where if I breed this Nidoking, I only have... These are my 2 Nidos with hidden ability, okay? So if I breed both of these and consume them, and then use them as a breeder, I no longer have access to a Sheer Force Nidoking. And Sheer Force Nidoking was relevant in raids. It's a really powerful ground type and poison type attacker, can go physical or special depending. Do I really... So now it's not even just saving my first ever raid Pokemon, but now it's a question of, do I want to lose Sheer Force Nidos as an option in raids? There's so many things to consider when it comes to breeding on an Iron Man account, dude. Yeah, Sheer Force Nidoking, kind of good. Exactly. There's a lot of things to consider, dude. So I'm waiting for this other breed to hatch before I continue anything. All right, the Whismur hatched. Let's check it out. 31. It's HP, defense, and Sp.Atk. I need to figure out how I can pair this up. It's now time to look. Now, I also can look for... The biggest thing here is I can look for field egg group breeders now to find a pair with this, which that's really fucking nice. And the other question becomes, can I make another 4x31 monster egg group breeder without using my Nidos? And I don't know if I can, but it's going to be really, really tight. Once again, I just don't have that many. Look how many monster alphas I have, right? I literally have, I can move. I have 2 left. I have my 2 Lickilickies. That's it. This is it. Like that's intense, you know? I'd have to breed these with alpha Dittos. Oh man, that's tough. That is getting really tough. I could just hope for another alpha Nidoking. It might be better to just breed these together and then hope for another alpha Nidoking in the future. I'm not sure. Let's first things first try to find a breeder for this Whismur. I can go field egg group on this, which that is a lifesaver. Okay, the Lucario wouldn't pair with the Nidoqueen, but it will pair with the Whismur. I also have a few other fields. Okay, I think I use the Lucario. I don't think I care about... I already have 2 different Lucarios built, I believe. I don't think I care about Alpha Lucario very much. Sorry to the Lucario fans out there. This is actually sick. This actually works very, very well. So I need to get a speed brace and a defense brace. The question is, what gender do I make this? And that comes down to the other breed. I don't know. Okay, so this is essentially a 4x31 monster egg group breed done. And I could just do the Nidos and finish. I have a 6x31 Tyranitar in my boxes right now if I so choose. However, I'd really like to not do that once again because... Oh man. I also need to make sure that I don't even know if the stats line up, to be fair. I also really need to make sure I really would like to keep my Nidoking if possible. That's where I'd like to keep my Nidos if possible. That's kind of where I'm at right now. At least my Nidoking. I can use my Queen. So, let me take this off for now and put it over here. If I can find a different field egg group breeder or make another field egg group breeder for this, that would be far ideal. Okay, I think this works. I think what I can do is breed with this. I'm losing a Drought Ninetales, but I already have a perfect 5x31 Alpha Ninetales. So hopefully, there's no way I need a second one, right? Hopefully. I have an HP brace. I need an attack brace. I have both of those. I attack brace the Ninetales, HP brace the Houndoom. This should give me a 3x31. I make that male. What did I do wrong here? Wait, did I mess up? Wait, what's wrong? HP, attack brace, HP. Did I do something wrong? Did these not pair? HP. I don't need an HP brace. They're both... I've been breeding for so long, my brain's fried. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I need a defense brace. I've actually been breeding so long at this point, my brain is just fried. I bought an HP brace, but they're both 31. That's like level 0 breeding mistake. This is what happens. I just put the wrong item on. I'm also... Okay, I'm cooked. This is what... When you breed for more than 2 seconds, this is what happens. We go... Attack brace on this. Yes. Defense brace. Excuse me. We do it live. We do it live, but we're making a 6x31 Tyranitar. So that's pretty cool to do live. We do this. We make this male. Breed this with Nidoqueen. And then we'll have 2... We can do it. We're going to have 2 4x31s. Do they pair up, though? That's the... Okay. Wait a minute. I didn't even want to think about that because it's so stressful. What stats? Theoretically, this Nido will have 31 HP, attack, defense, and Sp.Atk. This will have 31 HP, defense, Sp.Atk, and speed. HP, that does pair up, correct? I think that pairs up. I think that works. Wait, does it? 5 times 31. I don't think they pair up. Oh my goodness. I don't think they pair up. I think I'd be missing too many. I don't think so. Yeah, because I'd be missing. They don't pair up. They don't pair up. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. God, breeding is so complicated on the iron. Ah! Okay, I have two options. I can't even use my Nido Queen because this has attack. So this, if I go with this as the main base breed, this is gonna have 4 times 31 in HP. Let's show this over here. In the screen is so confusing with the pure Jesus. 4 times 31 in HP, defense, Sp.Atk, and speed, and then I need to get 31 Sp.Def because that's the one stat my Tyranitar is missing. If I don't even get Sp.Def, there's no reason to do a 5 times 31 breed, right? That's the one stat my TTar is missing. So if this is the base breed, I need to not worry about attack and then brace the attack on my TTar, right? Does that make sense? So if that's the base breed, then I literally can't use my Nidoqueen because it's 31 attack. I just can't use attack in the breed. However, if I use the Nidoqueen as the base breed and then like find another, I'd have to find a different breeder for my, what would I do? Why ignore Sp.Atk? Yeah, I would ignore Sp.Atk and do a different breeder, but I couldn't use any of these. These have both of them have Sp.Atk. This is so hard. This is really, really, really hard. Okay, we are back to the drawing boards. We have to start over with a whole new monster egg group breeder. I'm not going to use the Nidoqueen or the Nidoking now, I believe. What I have is this Lickilicky with a Ditto. I'm going to go ahead and pair these fellows up. This will be 3 times 31 in defense, Sp.Atk, and speed. Let's get that breed started and just figure things out from here. The other problem is, I'm just realizing, the other problem is I'd have to make another, I don't know if this is possible. I'd have to make another 2 times 30 or 3 times 31. Lickitung is not Monster Field the same way Nidoqueen was. It is not Monster Field. It's just Monster. This is a nightmare. This is really, really, really hard. This is even harder than the Charmander. This is easily the hardest 6 times 31 breed that I've tried to do so far. Or the hardest breed on the account so far. This has been, and I think I'm mostly like doing a decent job, but this has been really tough, man. Okay, the only way out of this is to use another Alpha Ditto that is 3 times 31. I really don't like that I'm using all my Dittos for this. And also it'd have to match the stats correctly. I don't know if I have one that does that. But this would be 3 times 31 in defense, Sp.Atk, and Sp.Def. Not speed. This does not match. I could not breed this to make a 4 times 31. I have one more Alpha Ditto, and it's 31 attack, so it does not match. So I don't even have a Ditto that matches this. I think that officially busts this breed. That hurts. That sucks. I'm not going to lie. That really sucks. I think I have to go back to the drawing board again. I think we go back to the Nidoqueen. This is really tough. Well, is it even possible to do the... Can these ever pair? I think we have to go... Yeah, I think what we have to do is ditch the Lucario. Unfortunately. Go back to the Nidoqueen into the Whismur and disregard speed. That becomes the next thing. Now we try again to make both of these breeders for each other, but disregard speed. We got to just take like 10 steps back, but let's keep going, fellas. We don't give up yet. Okay, I checked my boxes and I do not have one. Okay, so we need to go ahead and make this male. Just go through with this. It's going to be a breeder for our Whismur. After this hatches, make sure double check everything's okay. Should be good. After this hatches, we're going to take it over to Daisy, raise the happiness, and then just go XP train it for a little bit, get the happiness evolved. What's hatched over in our incubators that I've totally forgotten about? I forgot that I'm in the middle of this. I totally forgot about this Tyranitar breed, this other one, because I'm so distracted by the alpha one. I thought I was done that one, but now we'll be done in a sec, okay? So, but that's insane. Let's go finish the non-alpha TTar, And that's going to be a phenomenal PVM and PvP Pokemon for years to come, which that's really cool in my opinion. Very exciting. We're going to brace the Sp.Atk on this. I just have a brace as I've failed so many breeds today on the 6x31 TTar adventure. Here it is. We have a chance for a 31 attack. If we don't get it, that's okay. Put it in a Luxury Ball. It is, this is a beautiful Larvitar. Adamant Nature, Pursuit. Adamant Nature, Pursuit, 20 plus in every stat that it needs. Yeah, we want to see the high roll on attack, but if not, it's okay. Beautiful Pokemon. Very happy with this. Will be used in the Pumpkin hard mode fight. Will be used in PvP. Very good TTar for the rest of the history of this account. That's an awesome, awesome TTar. Now, on to this collection piece of this damned 6x31 Alpha TTar. We only get one of on our account. That's actually crazy. I only have one. This should be in a different spot. Okay, I have two. I have two male field egg group breeders that I can use for this breed, and then everything else is female. I think that should be enough, but I have to choose between this Houndoom and this Pikachu, between which one I use. Do I have another? I feel bad for consuming my other. I think I'm gonna go Houndoom, and we'll go. We're making a breeder now for the Nidoqueen. For 31 HP, 31 defense. There's probably a ton of females I can line this up with. Let me just double check. All right, I think I have a breeder to work up as a breeder for my Nidoqueen. But let's first check. We have our Pichu. We made this male. We'll have to level this up and do some annoying shit in a quick set here for our Whismur. But next up, we're going back to... We had this breed set up earlier, I believe. We're going back to the Houndoom and Ninetales breed that we literally had prepped earlier once again. But we didn't want Sp.Atk and attack. Now we can. Now we're just not... We don't want speed. So we can breed this with our Nidoqueen. Make this male. Breed this with our Nidoqueen. Brace HP here. Brace Sp.Atk on the Nidoqueen. Get a 4x31 with those stats. And then let me double check to make sure. These should pair. By the way I did this, these should pair. Because we're just ignoring... Yes, these should pair. So I can breed these together. 4x31. We're missing Sp.Atk. Yes, this will carry our Sp.Atk. This will give us our... What does this give us? Sp.Atk. Yes. Okay, we are back on track. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Holy, what a day it's been. We've been breeding for like 3 hours, maybe like 2 hours. Long time. Holy crap, we can do it. Male, yes. Pay for that. It's gonna work. Let's go grab our Pichu. We need to go happiness train our Pichu at Daisy and then go XP train it, and this is gonna work. We're gonna get... Oh, it's gonna work, dude. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Let's go grab Also, let's go check our Larvitar. Our Larvitar hatched as well. Let's see if it rolled. It didn't roll, but it still like, look at this. This is a beautiful Larvitar. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I am going to move this over to our comps box. It needs to be EV trained. Phenomenal Pursuit Adamant Egg Move Larvitar that will do amazing things on our account. Very, very happy with this Larvitar. That's the actual useful one. Hell yeah. Yes, we haven't done a breeding mistake yet. I don't think we have. Like, we've almost done them, but we've stopped them. I don't think we've gone through with a breed and been like, oh shit, they don't pair up. Now we're fucked. Like, we stopped it before. We've been breeding for like 2 hours and no like permanent mistakes. We've noticed mistakes, but not. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, we have our Pichu's happiness up a little bit. We're now gonna get our special attack from Rampardos and XP train here. For like until it evolves. It shouldn't be too long, I don't think, but we'll see. Yeah, beautiful. It shouldn't be too many hordes, thankfully. Put it in a Luxury Ball and Soothe Belt on it to make it gain maximum happiness. All right, we're waiting for this egg hatch as well. We should be able, once this is a Pikachu, we should be able to breed 2 different 4x31 alpha mons. Choose their genders, make it 5 times, and then pair it with our Larvitar. We're like 1, 2, 3, we're like 4 breeds away, I believe. All right, there's the Pichu evolution after 1 horde. 1 horde took this thing to 96%. Dude, I used to have to friendliness train for so long. That's crazy. Even on level 1s, though, it was way longer in the past. That's so insane here at this new XP training spot. It just trains things so much faster. Okay, now we have our 3x31 male Pikachu complete. I think this is pairing up with our Whismur or Nidoqueen. This egg hatches. Okay, we're a few breeds away, fellas. We're almost there. Back to Goldenrod City. All right. Our incubator is hatched. 3x31 Vulpix. We're going to go grab that. We have our Whismur and Pikachu breed lined up. I'm going to get the braces for this, line this fully up, and we are almost there. Okay, I think I have it. Here's our 2 breeds, fellas. Here's our 2 breeds. One should look like this, okay? We've got our Nidoqueen or King, how we want to do it, which is 4 times 31 in these stats. Then can I remove to show you guys here? This is so it's 4 times 31 HP, attack, defense, Sp.Atk. And then we have the Whismur and Pikachu, which is 4 times 31 Sp.Atk, defense, attack, HP. So we'll brace the Sp.Atk on this Pokemon and then brace the Sp.Def on the other one. And that will give us a 5 times 31 Alpha Monster Egg Groupmon to make a 6 times 31 Tyranitar, the one spawn that we will ever get on the account for the rest of the history of time, turning it into a 6 times 31 the day I catch it. I can't believe I had enough mons to do this. This consumed so many breeders, consumed so many resources. I spent like 400,000 like Pokeyen on these breeds. My Pokeyen stack's been depleted, all for a good cause. My Everstone's a little bit, all for a good cause. I think I want to go ahead and make this female. I don't think it matters too much, but I'm going to arbitrarily make this female. I'm going to double check. Monster Field. I'm going to make this female. If I fuck this up, it ruins everything. So I have to be very, very careful here. Make that female. Well, I need to make the... Yeah, please make... Yeah. And then this male. And then, yeah. And then make sure... Exactly. Make sure I make the next breed. This male. And then breed these 2 eggs together. And make sure that it is male. Oh, and that will give us a perfect, beautiful, pristine, gorgeous 6 times 31 Larvitar. I said finish one day. I meant finish today. Excuse me. A shiny hatch could still... If I get a shiny hatch, then yes, I'll have to restart everything from scratch, but I would get a shiny hatch, so who cares? That is really funny. I need a speed brace, hilariously, on this TTar. And then I'll need a Sp.Def brace for when this next one comes out. I need a few Sp.Def braces, don't I, to make the 5 times 31. So let's go grab another Sp.Def brace. And then I don't know what other... Maybe I think yeah, I think those are the 2 that I needed. Oh, I will see you guys when these 2 incubators hatch, and that will be cleaning things up. We're almost there. We're two breeds away. 2 breeds away. All right, fellas, they both hatched. Let's just throw them both in the PC. Don't even look at it quite yet, and just go check out what they look like. Let's see, man. Hasty nature, 4 times 31, gentle. Okay, no good natures. That's a good thing. We don't have to worry about that. We do Sp.Atk on Whismur. Def on Nidoran. We now go breed these 2 together. Make sure that this comes out male. If this does not come out male, I ruin everything. Male, 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 1,000 times male. 5 times 31, beautiful like this. I'm gonna pair it with my Larvitar, and I have to just hope. I'm just hoping for not a minus attack nature, please. That's on, like, I'm gonna. It sucks that I have to nature roll here, but it is what it is. There's a lot of natures that can work with Tyranitar since he is such a Swiss Army knife Pokemon. There are a lot of options. I'm gonna go through with this. Male. I think we're good. Boom. Okay. That goes through. When that hatches, we finish the final breed, fellas. Dude, speaking of Nidorans, and I'm breeding so many Nidorans today, T Jumba, dude, shout out to you. 6 times 31 modest. The fact that you kept this alpha is crazy. Yeah, Team Jump and Sat said it took ages. I'm breeding a 6 times 31 alpha right now on my Ironman account, and it is easily the hardest breed I've ever done on the account by far, and probably one of the hardest things I've done on the account. This is insane. This is like, it's so impressive. It's so... Some people will just see a 6 times 31, you know, alpha, you know, whatever. But on an Iron Man account, to keep the alphaness all the way through the breeds is really... You have to catch so many alphas, and then to get them all in the right egg group, you have to have played for... To do this, you have to have played for months since Iron Man kind of began 3 months ago, and then also catch every single alpha that has spawned since then, and also catch every single, like, field and monster egg group. Like, this is so impressive. 6 times 31 alphas are so hard, dude, on Iron Man. 5 times 31 with nature is hard enough, let alone keeping it alpha the whole breed is ridiculous. Congratulations, man. I'm hoping to join you very, very soon with something very special on my end as well. All right, fellas, it's coming down to the wire. The Whismur has hatched. Let's go grab it from our PC. Let's put these at speed. No. Sp.Def brace on it. We're about to complete. This was easily the hardest breed I've ever done on the account. Not even close. Like, keeping the 5 times 31 Charizard was tough, This was way tougher. We're make it female because if it rolls a terrible nature, we need to be able to breed it again in the future. We might need to fix this one day, which I hate the idea of. But all right, this is the final breed for this. We need to put it in a. I'm out of luxury balls. I'm gonna go buy a luxury ball before I breed this. It's my favorite ball in all of PokeMMO. I feel like that's gotta be a lucky, you know, or bad luck sign. So let me go buy some luxury balls. 6 times 31 on a one-time spawn on the account. I'm hoping for any nature that isn't minus attack. I was looking through the ones on the GTL, so we can do advanced nature. I would be fine with neutral nature. I wouldn't love it. You know, it's not great. Neutral nature is rough, but whatever. I'd be fine with it. The natures I do not want consist of bold. I don't want bold. I don't want lax. I do not want timid. I do not want calm. I do not want modest. And I do not want gentle. I think that's it. I don't want the like plus defense minus another defense natures. And I don't want any minus attack nature. That's mostly it. Anything else can somewhat work. Plus attack natures are the best. Adamant would be great. Naughty, lonely. There's a lot of things that work. I'm gonna go buy some luxury balls really quick and we'll finish up this final breed. We'll do it in Unova. I need to think about where I want it to hatch, to be fair. This is a pretty big... Maybe I go hatch it at Mount Silver. You know what? Like, that's a pretty cool... I like the idea of that. This is a very big breed. I don't usually care about hatch location, but this is just such a big thing for the account, man. This only happens once in the account. I'm only ever gonna do this unless I need to rebreed it one day, but this is probably the only time I'll ever breed this Pokemon ever again, is right now. I'm buying 100 luxury balls. Fuck it. It's my favorite Pokeball in the entire game. I use them for happiness. They will be used. Other than that, I'll buy more Pokeballs in the future. I don't need to worry about that right now. That's gonna stop there. All right, but here it is. The final moment of truth, the final breed, the final... like, once again, so much... like, 400,000 Pokeon was put into this. I bet you tens or hundreds of hours of catching Pokemon alphas. I've caught every single alpha that I've seen possible since the start of the account on 5/12/2025. It is now 9-8/2025 as I'm recording. So much is put into this sort of thing. Like, so much passive grinding and farming consistency. Without all the consistency I've had, I would have never gotten to this. I had to complete the Pokedex to even get the catch for this. Of course, I have 769 hours as I hatch this. God damn it. Anyways, luxury ball, 6 times 31, female nature. Wish me luck. It all comes down to this nature roll. It will be revealed here very shortly, in about 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna head over to Mount Silver and get that hatch location. Okay, it's hatched. It's hatched. I haven't checked it yet. I have my Streamlabs off screen. I'm gonna show you guys what the nature is first, and you have to tell me if it's good or not, okay? Are you ready? I'm gonna only look at chat, okay? Hold. 3, 2, 1. Chat, is it good? Well, I'm not gonna look yet. Chat, is it good? Is it like adamant? Ooh. F, it's shite? No, that's good! That's so good! It's fucking naughty! We got the plus attack! Are you kidding? That's like one of the best natures it could have rolled! It's plus attack without infering. Fuck. It's plus attack without fucking up the Sp.Atk. That's insane. That literally might be... That actually might be the single best nature we could have rolled. Because we care about the defense more, I feel like. On TTar, we care about the defense more. So naughty is better than lonely. I could be wrong. I think that might be the single best nature I could have rolled if I want to run a mixed TTar in PvP and PvM. Actually might be the single best nature I could have rolled. That is fucking beautiful. Holy crap. I was gonna use that other TTar, but now I get to use this one. In like, I get to use this. Do you know how much of a flex it's gonna be? I get to use this against the Pumpkin. That's gorgeous. That's insane. That's so insane. Now, yeah, this one, dude, that's so real. This one came out so good, Broby, that now the non-alpha one is kind of useless. This one came out too good. That's insane. That's insane. This is one of the coolest things. This might be the best Pokemon I have on my account now. Like the most valuable, rarest, coolest. I cannot believe it came out Naughty Nature. That is insane. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. This is one of the coolest things I have on my account now. That's so sick. I'm going to throw it in my comp spots. We're going to EV train it either tomorrow or tonight off stream. I'm not sure if I can hold my... I have a lot of things to attack EV train. But that is beautiful. What a day on the Iron, dude. Alrighty, fellas, I did not expect to see you guys so soon or in this way, but there is a massive alpha spawn right now on the Iron Man that cannot be ignored. Not a random... Well, I guess the random encounter tells you what it is. We are over at a Sableye alpha spawn. This is really important because these are hidden ability Sableyes. Hidden ability Sableye gets Prankster. I kind of want to catch the baby Sableyes, honestly, around. The problem is this might despawn, like, really soon. Can I quick ball these? I'm really worried that the big one's going to despawn very soon. It spawned about an hour ago from as I'm talking. I'm going to try to quick ball these, and if that does not work, I might just run. I would love an extra hidden ability Sableye. If one of them shows hidden ability access, then I'll put more effort into it. But yeah, I got to catch this alpha as soon as possible. This is throwing my schedule off, but it's super crucial, man. I didn't say why, but Prankster Sableye, one of the most important leading Pokemon in all of raids in PokeMMO. I need this, and then I need Prankster Sableye and Prankster Murkrow are just two of the most important. You need these Pokemon on like every single raid team. Like they're so crucial. So hopefully we get an extra hidden ability one. All right, on to the Alpha Sableye. None of the babies had hidden ability access. That is totally okay. This is the only one that I need. This is a crucial Alpha Pokemon. Like there's two most important hidden ability Pokemon that I need access to before raids come out. It is Sableye and Murkrow. So that is 1 out of 2 completed. Now I have to catch it, number 1, and then number 2, I'm just in the hands of the gods of Arceus of if a Murkrow comes around before event season comes around. I'm really hoping we see one. All right, here's the Alpha Sableye caught. Dude, I'm so happy with this, seriously. To start the morning with this, really good stat placements as well. Really good stats. Wow. The 31 attack is whatever, but I do need defense. You really just want bulk. You want defense, HP. Also, this nature is usable. I think I'm just going to keep this nature. I think this is also, it's female. This actually is a crazy catch. This is actually a crazy catch. It's female, impish. This is insane. This is so good, dude. I should be able to just breed this with like one Pokemon, brace the defense, Everstone this, and get an amazing Pokemon. It's like the humanoid age group, correct? Yeah, Sableye is weird. You would think it'd be like a Chaos age group mod, but it's weirdly humanoid. All right, hell yeah. Okay, after this, I need to buy more escape ropes before I forget. Goodness gracious. I'm going to do my gym rerun on the Iron Man account, do my gym rerun, and today I will be EV training and XP training that beautiful Tyranitar. I'm going to be EV training and XP training some really good Pokemon today. So I'll see you guys with that very, very soon. Alrighty, fellas, we are once again broke as a fucking dog, dude. I don't know how it keeps happening. Oh, I know how. It's the breeding. But, dude, I am down to below 800,000 Pokeyen again. So, I'm going to pop an Amulet coin, desperately do my gym rerun, and XP train this Roserade we trained yesterday once again. We might be able to get this Roserade up to level 80 within 2 gym reruns from, like, level 30, which that feels really, really good. Level 45, I think, to be fair. That, in my opinion, feels really good to be able to... What the hell? To be able to, yeah, XP train a month within 2 gym runs up to raid ready. That feels passively really fantastic in my opinion. So we're going to jump into our gym run. I will see you guys after. This is gym run number 42. Already updated it. 42 on the Iron Man account for reference within 774, almost 7. We'll get 775 hours today for sure. All right, back to our Iron Man progress. Our Roserade's up to 81. So we did actually fully level it, ready for raids within 2 gym runs. I'm pretty shocked by that. That's pretty amazing. We also are up to 1 million Pokeyen once again. Fantastic. I'm going to head over to Johto and do a little bit of XP training. Today's a pretty chill day. Pretty grindy day. We're just kind of yapping on stream, talking. So we're going to head over to Johto, just do our XP training. I'll show you guys the setup for that once we're there, but it's pretty simple because I've probably seen it before. Okay, I totally lied. We're not XP training today. We're EV training because we have our amazing Larvitar to EV train. I'm EV training. I have a lot of Pokemon to EV train in attack and speed. And I'm even EV training this Conkeldurr, and I even named it 2v2 speed so I don't forget. Normally, you would go 2v2 HP on Conkeldurr. However, I want this to just be a decent PVM Conkeldurr, and his speed is kind of rough, and I want him to be fast enough to be able to be usable in raids under, like, Tailwind. He's got 20 plus attack, 20 plus speed, and then adamant nature. He's not like he's just a good enough, right? He's not bulky enough to go HP. I can't breed Mach Punch on him because he's a tradable evolution. So this is just what I can get as a completer for now, essentially. We also have our beautiful Larvitar. That is literally one of maybe my favorite new Pokemon on the account. I'm obsessed with this. I am going to be going 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. I thought about it a fair bit. I can go like mixed on it if I want to, or slot in like Fire Blast or whatever. Hopefully I do enough. If I need to re-EV it one day, we can. But for now, I think I'm just going to go 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. It's beautiful. I love it. I want it to be good in PVM and PvP. That's really important to me. I could arguably go HP. You would do that for like a lot for PvP, but I want it to be PvM. I want it to be both, and you can do both with speed and attack. So I'm going to do that, essentially. Archeops, good raid Pokemon. Very simple, not amazing stats. Does have Head Smash, Egg Move, 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. Everything here is 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. We have our Drillbur, 31 attack, 31 speed. Not hidden ability, but that's okay. We need honestly one of each. A good raid. There's a bunch of raid mons. Shiftry, really good raid Pokemon. Good sun Pokemon that can hit with grass and dark type attacks as well. We caught this in the wild. 20 plus in every stat. Lonely nature. Absolutely good enough. So we're going to first head over. Are there any new spots? We can train speed EVs right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to start here. Speed EVs we can go ahead and do at Poliwhirl. And then we'll go over to attack at like Nidorino and Kanto or something like that. But let me try of discharge. Yep. Rampardos on. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start doing 2v2 attack EV or speed EVs. I'll see you guys over at attack. All right, there's our evolution on our Drillbur. Kind of neat, but also 2v2 speed EVs on all these Pokemon. So we're going to switch over to attack here. Right after. Well, before I switch to attack, I actually do want to go check in on my Daycare Pokemon in Johto really quick. So I've been doing a lot of XP training here. So I feel like there's a chance that they're level 100 or like close to it. I've done so much XP training in Johto over the past 3 days or so. I just want to double check, essentially. You know what I can also do really quick, dude? I haven't cleaned up my breeding boxes since I consumed so many Pokemon for the 6x31 Tyranitar breed, the Larvitar breed. And I want to see, look at this, watch this. I want to see how much box space I cleared up by doing this. Because I bet you it's quite a bit. Yeah, this is quite like, it's pretty good. Wow, okay. This is the most empty this breeder box has been in a long time. That's kind of sad that that's true, but it is true. I still have way too many boxes of breeders. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now it's close. I almost am down to 6 boxes of breeders as opposed to 7. Okay, that is a big difference. That is a big difference. Okay, let's go check our. I need to put one away really quick so we can go check our Daycare. Okay, over to the Daycare we go. And first things first, I need to see what level these mons are at. Dugtrio up by 46 levels. Porygon up by 44. It's going to cost me a lot of Poke-Yen, but it's worth it. Let's see what they're up to. Dugtrio up to level 80 cleanly. Holy, I can stop there. That's perfect. That's actually insanely clean. And then the Porygon 81. Well, okay, I just somehow felt it in my bones. It was the perfect time to come get these. That's actually crazy. Now the question becomes, do I want to put my level 80 mons in here that I might need for certain level 100 raids? Or do I just want to put... It's really tough. Do I want to put level 80 mons in here? Or do I just want to put like other mons that level up to 80, if that makes sense? I don't know. It's actually like a really tough decision. Level 60s-ish might be perfect because they're probably not going to learn any more moves. Yeah, like Lucario's done its move learning. We can get up to 80s. That might be pretty good. Does Rhyperior... The problem with the Daycare is it will overwrite moves if it tries to learn a move. You have to consider... Like, this move is up to level 75. Holy shit. I don't know if I want to put that in there, for example. Magmortar's moves aren't... Does it learn anything amazing anyway? Flamethrower level 46 is kind of important. I could do Heracross. It's probably done learning moves. So basically moveset. We might just do that. Or Starmie. I already have a Starmie though. Let's do Heracross and Lucario. I'm gonna throw both of these in the Daycare now. And these could go up to higher than level 80, that'd be fine. But if they also just get to 80, that's kind of the thing is like if they get to 80, cool. If they get higher, that's also probably fine. Yep, Lucario. Okay, beautiful. Now we can go back to EV training attack on these 5 Pokemon. Boom. All right, there is 252 attack, 252 speed. All these Pokemon are officially EV trained. I can just now go back to XP training, head over to Johto, and continue to also get that passive XP into the new Daycare mods that I just put in there as well. All right, we are post stream now. You guys are going to be super excited, okay? Don't get too, jumping out of your chair, but we have more XP training to do. Yippee! Maybe it's just Stockholm Syndrome at this point, but I honestly am kind of looking forward to it. I don't know. There's something like very chill about XP training where like I am gaining really, really good progress. Like I have to do this stuff. It's making extremely good required progress, and it's really easy to do, even though it takes a long time. I kind of weirdly enjoy it. I'm sure I'll get sick of it very soon. I think there is a little bit of a mystique that we're at this new spot. I think that's honestly a huge part of it. I'm going to go ahead and let's grab a few like super low level mons. Honestly, would love to see things go from low level to high level. You'll love to see it. I already have Darmanitan plants. I don't need to XP in the second one right now. We'll just do like pretty much the same mons we just EV trained. Basically, I do need a Pokemon with Sweet Scent. So one of these, which one? I'm gonna put the Shiftry in here for now. Probably the lesser powerful mon out of the options, and grab my Smeargle for now, and then over to the spot we go to, Donphan and Dodrio right here. We've seen it a million times by this point, honestly, but here's the mons we're XP training. Pupitar, the beautiful 6x31 Alpha. It's currently at level 33. Excadrill starting level 36. Conkeldurr starting 44, and Archon starting at 36. And let's get that timer up here as well. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Let's just go ahead and get started, because if we're making progress, we gotta track it. All right, I missed the cuckoo sound, but there is the end of the timer. I have officially done 10 full hours of XP training in this Iron Man episode. Here's a little bit of progress for you. Tyranitar up to level 70. Excadrill up to level 76, Conk up to 77, and Archeops up to 76. They're all almost up to 80. I'm going to go ahead and finish them out, I think, or at least just keep passively XP training here. I could set a new timer. You know what? I wasn't going to set a new timer, but fuck it. We might as well. Now, I don't think that this one's going to reach the end. I would be really amazed. I don't think we're going to do 15 hours in this episode. I think 10 is plenty. I would love to get this Tyranitar up to level 80, though. I just love this Pokemon. This was so much more of a journey, and so much more of it was an impromptu journey than I expected. I wasn't planning on doing that day, I was planning on, yes, catching the Tyranitar and maybe breeding it up to 4x31. I didn't expect 5x31. I didn't expect 6x31. And I surely didn't expect to roll the perfect nature that I needed. That was just so insane. I was thinking back on it, and like, it's crazy that Tyranitar, think about it, I spent weeks completing my Pokedex, step one, I spent weeks completing my Pokedex to be able to catch that Tyranitar. And then I used Pokemon that I had been saving up and catching for months, like over 3 months, to be able to actually consume all of them and breed them up into breeders and get the Tyranitar ready. Not even considering the Pokeyen that I used. It was like, at least like, what was it, 400,000? It was at least like 1 or 2, I want to say 2 or 3 Jimmy runs. Let's say 2 Jimmy runs, so that's 2 hours there. Plus I spent like 3 or 4 hours breeding it, like, and breeding up all the breeders. It was just so much. This 6x31 Tyranitar is just the perfect accumulation of months of gameplay. It genuinely is such the like perfect representation of all the months of work, the 780 hours I put into this account over the past few months. All right, the timer is still ticking a little bit, but here is a pretty big milestone. A few different Pokemon got to level 80 here. I think it was, the Excadrill. That's really cool to see. We'll move that down here. I've tried to keep the mons we've leveled up in this episode specifically up on this top bunk, this top row down here. I believe the Archeops, also level 80. Okay, wow, I didn't realize it was 3 of them. Wow. Only Tyranitar now is level 74, needs to be level 80. I'm going to go ahead and grab, I could just focus. Maybe I do want to do that, honestly. And it gives me a few options to do a few other things. It's a bit late. It's about 1 a.m. or so, but I plan to stay up for another hour or 2 anyway. Anyway, let's just go ahead and grab a few more mons. Normally, I would honestly just focus on getting the TTar level 80, but while we're here, while we're chilling, let's grab the Flygon. That'll be a future mon for Heatran. We've talked about that a little bit. Heatran upcoming one day. We'll grab these 2 mons as well since they're a bit lower level. Need the love. Alrighty, whew, I actually just finished the editing for Iron Man episode 17. That took a few hours, but we got it done before bed. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and do one more horde. I need to heal up really quick. Do one more horde, get this Tyranitar up to level 80. I did end up putting the other mons away just so I could focus on getting this TTar up to level 80 because it was getting late and I wanted to head to bed, but I also wanted to get level 80 in the TTar. You know, very classic dilemma. I did level these mons up from like 40s. I think they were all like level 40s-ish. This was like 46. This was 51. This was 44, I believe. Up to like 57, 58, 56. So those all gained some XP. And I'm going to get TTar up to level 80 here. And I'm going to hit the hay very aggressively. Alrighty, man. Here it is. The absolute gorgeous gem. Beautiful Pokemon. I literally just... I think this Tyranitar is now my favorite Pokemon on this account. I know I've kind of mentioned it, but like literally more than any of my shinies. Like that's how much I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the timer there. We did XP train for an extra hour, which is kind of nice, but you know, not gonna reach that 15-hour mark for sure. But yeah, I fall in love with this dude. The luxury ball, the alpha-ness of it, the, you know, the fact that it's the one species you get of this alpha per account, the fact that it perfectly rolled the nature. I'm just I love it. I love this Tyranitar. It's just the coolest thing to me. It's everything Iron Man to me personally. But anyways, I'm gonna go belly flop in my bed and wake my wife up and pass out at the same exact time. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Alrighty, and I feel like I say this on every single episode at this point, but what a strange episode, but what an amazing episode. I feel like there was some really cool progress made. It's just jarring to me because I made the progress in only about 4 days or so. This is the first episode I've ever ended early because I put so much time into the past few days. It's actually Wednesday as I'm recording this outro. That's strange, Petrowski. Aren't you supposed to do like a full week's worth of video? You know, yes, that is true, but I don't want this to get too long. The previous episodes have been getting up to like 3.5 hours long a piece, and I'd like it to be a little bit shorter. However, I've put almost 40 hours of gameplay in the past 3 days. This is Wednesday morning, so I think actually I started this episode with 748 hours played. So if we do the math, I've played about 34 hours. I played over 10 hours a day for the past 3 days. And I was just loving it. I was having a blast. I was making good progress. And I think we did an absolute damn good job. Honestly, way more than I expected to with this 6x31 Tyranitar. I cannot believe how this came out. I know I can't shut up about it, but it's so crazy. This might be the episode that genuinely brought me the closest to raids so far. Like, I really made the most genuine progress in this episode, leveling 10 Pokemon all the way up to level 80, while having bred a ton of these good Pokemon this episode, like this hidden ability Pursuit Larvitar and the 6x31 Tyranitar, of course, as well as many others over in the leveling box, including my 4x31 Quiet Beldum, which still needs to be EV trained and given some love, and also figure out how I actually want to play this thing properly. As well as creating this Head Smash 2x31 Egg Move PVM Archeops. This was not done prior to this episode. And not only did we breed it in this episode, we EV trained it, move set it, and got it leveled up to 80, ready to go for raids. I easily created the best IV Pokemon that I ever have in this episode. Once again, with that Beldum and the Tyranitar, these two things are just insane. Insane to see these two Pokemon on one Iron Man account. But let's just go over our notepad document and actually cover our goals that we specifically set for this episode. What did we do today? We did also make that special attack in Rampardos. I totally forgot about that. That was done all in this episode. Breeding this Pokemon, EV training it, getting it ready, and then using it for all the XP training that we did. That was all done to this episode. So especially Rampardos, that's done. We did do our breeding that we wanted to. We bred a ton. We cleared up more spaces in our breeding boxes than we've had in, I think, months? A while. Look at this. The fact that this box is almost gone is crazy. That I haven't seen this box that empty in at least weeks. So we did tons of breeding. We did our gym runs to sustain it. We made our special attack in Rampardos. We did not really legendary hunt, I don't believe. Maybe a little bit here and there, but not really. We did do our TTar spawn and a ton involved with that. We did not attempt the red fight. That is the two things I missed out on. Alright, and I'm sure you all know this by now, but as the account ages and things get more complicated, our goals list has been looking more convoluted and harder to follow than ever, in my opinion, which is why I've been doing these separate episode goals lists, the before and after. Now, I do want to go over the main goal list because I did rehaul a few things. I changed repeatable goals to its own section. So this is basically a tier 0 goals type situation versus having them slotted inside the tier 1 and tier 2 goals, where we just knock these off the list and have them fully completed forever. I think that will make things look a lot cleaner, and we can also go through these things towards the beginning. So for example, I XP trained for 11 hours in this episode. I can actually copy paste this goal twice. However, I don't think I achieved any other repeatable goals, and hilariously, even though I spent so much of this episode breeding, I don't think I consumed 60 Pokemon. You pretty much have to rare shiny hunt to get this goal complete, which is why it's a little awkward slash wonky, which is why I actually added a new goal down here, a longer term goal that says get down to 5 breeder boxes. I'm going to try to cut all the way down there. I'm currently at a little over 6. So I have to get rid of like a full box and a little bit more. If I could get down to only 5 breeder boxes, that would be ideal. Ideally more than that, like in the future. But yeah, for now, that would be a really good start. Next up, going through all of our tier 1 goals, we did get an Archeops today. That is a massive one. We can go ahead and just knock off our list. We'll never have to get another one ever again. Our raid Archeops is done. Next up, we can go to our one of our big goals here, the Pumpkin Hard Mode team. I'm going to knock off, we did get our Adamant, or in this case, Naughty Nature Tyranitar, the 6x31. That's not going to count as its own completed goal, but the reason why I have these little double dashes, it is a part of an overarching goal. So I just put these here for memory purposes, but really getting this goal done consists of all of these, which honestly makes this more of a tier 2 goal. So let's go ahead and move this. To be totally honest, if anything, it probably should be a tier 3 goal, but I take adding those very seriously, and we're already partially there, so I'm going to leave it at tier 2 for the time being. I almost totally forgot that we did that in this episode, but we did test Lucky Egg farming while Johto Legendary hunting. It was terrible. It was not good at all, but I wanted to test it to make sure, and we did do that in this episode. We actually got all 3 of these later added goals. So Special Attack Rampardos is now done. We can XP train here forever, as well as catching our Alpha TTar, that 1 catch speed on the account. These are all completed goals. We can actually just copy this and boop, delete all of those out of tier 1. Our tier 1 goals just shrunk immensely. That's exciting, honestly. Wait a minute. I also entirely forgot that Hydreigon was in the same episode? No way. What? I can't believe that. Are you serious? I rolled the 2 best natures that could have possibly been rolled on 2 of the most powerful Pokemon I've ever created on this account in the same episode. I didn't even realize. I just forgot. We've done so much stuff over the past few days. All the episodes I'm editing, everything like blending together. I have to like go back through my footage and really double check stuff. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this was made. Dude, what? That's crazy. That's insane. Holy man. So that is yet another tier 2 goal knocked off the list. That's wild. I didn't realize that Hydreigon was this episode. That is bonkers. I did also, of course, get my first 6x31 Pokemon. I've talked about it enough. I can go ahead and knock that off the list. It's a really cool thing, though, dude. First 6x31 Pokemon, and it rolled nature it's just bonkers. All right, and I don't think any tier 3 goals were achieved today. These are really the creme de la creme. Even with all the progress we made, we did not get any of these done, which is understandable. But here are the goals that we achieved in both episode 17 and 18. I'm showing it to you guys like this because I wanted to show you that I am changing up the format once again. I'm changing it up so that, because otherwise the list is so incomprehensible. If I just scroll through, look at this. These are all my total completed goals, right? It's just, I don't know what's tier 1, what's tier 2, what's tier 3, what episode, when these were done. I don't really know, right, when it comes down to the completed goals. So I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and start marking these. We can even do our hours played. I'm actually going to put 72 hours played here. So that will give us both what episode these goals were completed and then how many hours I had played when they were completed. I'll be tracking the end of the episode hours. So for example, I know that this was also 746 if I recall correctly. We can add that, and then we're going to hone in and focus on episode 18's goals. Progress tracking is crucial in PokeMMO. Even if you're not a content creator like myself, I really cannot recommend you enough. Keep track of your progress. It's going to make you feel like, and not even feel like, but just really take in and understand, comprehend all the work you are doing. A lot of people work very, very hard in PokeMMO and don't feel like they're getting anywhere. And sometimes you just need to physically write those things down to realize how much you're doing. But today, in episode 18, we XP trained for 11 hours in total. That was 2 goals there. We got ourselves a raid Archeops. We tested Lucky Egg farming and found that was like not a very good method. We got our special attacking Rampardos for the rest of the account to always use the best XP training spot. We caught our 1 Alpha TTar spawn and then turned it into our first 6x31. And we got a Heatran ready raid Hydreigon. That's also 5x31 and correct nature. Now, that does also definitely get us 3 new good IV Pokemon. I went ahead and added that afterwards. That was definitely achieved. I don't know if we got 6, or that's a kind of goal that I usually don't post repeatedly, even though I could. I don't know. It's once again, goals are just a way to help you mentally push yourself forward and feel like you're making progress, because you usually are, and keep track of things and log things to the best of your ability. They're meant as a motivation tool. So we are ending this episode where we started it, still over at Mount Silver, my favorite new spot in PokeMMO now that it's been unlocked on the Iron Man account. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode as much as I enjoyed playing it. Don't worry if you hate the little stupid Peter Griffin encounter counter. That will be changed for the next episode. I thought it would be a fun little gag for this episode. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I do upload PokeMMO videos every single day. Subscribe if you want to see videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams usually Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, where I live stream the progress of this account live. It is a bit ahead though, so keep in mind there is a bit of a spoiler warning if you want to watch the progress live. My Discord's down below if you want to join that for the upcoming event season, get tons of good information, find people who are like-minded and want to join up with you for raids or other team events, and also just see when I'm live, when I upload, etc., etc. If you want to go above and beyond and support my content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations keep the lights on and really do allow me to be here. As well as Factor subs. It'll be the first link down in the description, but Factor is truly the best way to support my content. If my guides have earned it from you, if my content has entertained you for enough hours, and you want to pick up some awesome food for 50% off, replace a little bit of your grocery budget, it is the best way to support me. As well as you guys get some awesome food in return. Factor is a product that I have used in the past, even before I was sponsored by them, so it's something I truly believe in. And apologies for the timing, but if it's not Factor by the time this comes out, it's going to be HelloFresh or some sort of cooking product that I have used personally and I have used before the sponsorship. It's something that I think does have value in your day-to-day life. So check those out. It's the best way to support, and you usually get 50% off of some amazing food. Link in the description. Thanks for watching again. Have a great day. Play PokeMMO or just play whatever game you enjoy, man. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Yo, what's up? Sp.Atk here, and I wanted to take this time to say thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports my channel. Your names are all listed here. You make it possible for me to make helpful and mildly entertaining content for the game that I love and make it available for free for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for allowing me to even be here.